guys survive the hurricane and flooding and all that stuff?
We had a little bit of seepage inside the house, but nothing serious.
Yeah.
You know, like all around us had a lot of flooding, but thank goodness everything's okay. Love your dog.
Yeah, she's our team mascot. You guys in town for the banquet tomorrow?
Oh yeah.
It'll be fun.
We'll be there. Looking forward to it.
Yep. Posted over here.
Start missing so that you can pick in the game.
Hey, if you do anything good, come up this move. Are you in it? Yes. Hey, what's the line? How many minutes? 3 swings apiece. What's the line? Is anybody hit? 3 swings apiece. What we got? 2 balls. 2. 2. That's a 6.
Poor Sarah.
I was trying to do that. blue key on my key ring on my desk.
No, I like Ronnie.
Come on, boys. Let's go. Let's go. What we doing?
Welcome back to Greenville.
Thank you. How about you guys? How long have you been here? Hi, how are you? Good seeing you. Yes, indeed.
Stephen was just telling me to shush.
Okay, Corey.
Did you come up alone? No. So he's been coming back and forth.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Trey Dyson here at North Greenville.
I didn't know that was you. I remember that. My son's 13 now, and my daughter's 10.
Can you hear me? Okay, sounds good. Alan Kiddick, Sports Information Director, or Alan Cahaley, I should say, and Will Cahaley are going to be bringing us the broadcast today. This is Assistant Coach Trey Dyson. We are all set for the finale here in Tigerville. Game 5 of the Fall World Series has been electric here. The first 2 games, Team Red was down, but they came back in both games. Team Black, the past 2 games, has tied up the series yesterday behind the heroics of a young freshman, Aiden Dillahay, who came on to pinch hit and delivered the game-tying hit. John Michael Fail, the king of Division II baseball, with a big 3-run blast in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Dawson Taylor of Team Black closed it out on the mound. We are all squared at 2 games apiece, and we are getting ready. As we could take a look at that at bat right here, the nightmare Mike Rodriguez, the big lefty on the mound for Team Red, was put into a precarious situation with runners on, and John Michael Fail, 469 feet later, put his team up by 3 runs. Team Black would go on to win the game, and here we are today. So we are going to take a quick break, and I am going to be right back to bring you all the action here. Game 5 when we come back.
Colin, you want me to get
And welcome back in, everyone. We are getting ready to throw the first pitch here in Game 5, the deciding game of this exciting World Series here in Tigerville. The Conference Pitcher of the Year from a year ago, Reese Fields, set for Team Red, facing Carter Deerdorf. Deerdorf gets that first pitch and takes a cut, swings right through it. Reese Fields has him in an 0-1 count. This is Trey Dyson. Once again, much like yesterday, we will have a lot of guests in the booth. Here comes the 0-1. That one's taken down. Deerdorf in a 1-1 count. Today, just like yesterday, a star pitcher in yesterday's game, the left-handed flamethrower out of Boiling Springs, South Carolina, Dawson Taylor, is once again in the booth. Dawson, how are you, sir?
Pretty good, Trey. Good win yesterday for the Black Squad, so hoping to get off to a good start here early in Game 5.
Well, interesting news breaking here in Tigerville, as there was a trade made before this game. 2-1 to Deerdorf, taken inside. Deerdorf in a 3-1 count. Guy knows how to get on base, which is why he is leading off for Team Black. But right before the game, a trade was made. There's been some sickness floating around the North Greenville baseball team. Jackson Edwards of Team Red, right-handed pitcher, who actually was a winning pitcher in Game 2 of this World Series for Team Red, he has been traded to Team Black.
Yes.
Your team, Dawson, and he will be the starting pitcher today. Can you elaborate that on for the fans?
So the original plan was for Noah Takis to get out there and start for us in Game 5, and he called yesterday and said that he was running a fever, so he didn't come to the field yesterday. And then this morning he said he still felt bad, so we actually, with Tack being able to throw, we had 11 innings left on our squad, and then this 9-inning game, once Tack couldn't throw, we were short an inning, so we had to trade somebody to get enough innings to actually pitch the entire game. So then we decided to get Jackson, and he's going to start for us, and hopefully he can give us three strong innings, 3 clean innings.
Well, he's already thrown 2 scoreless innings this fall, as John Michael Fail steps to the plate against Fields. This ball is taken outside, a 1-1 count for Fail, the hero of yesterday's game and the hero of many games around these parts. Dawson, your friend, John Michael Fail.
Yeah, first base was open last night, Trey, as you know, and Mike Rodriguez was in there filling it up, and some people think
this ball is crushed again into right center field. Whitaker going back, and John Michael Fail has done it again. Team Black off to a hot start here in the final game. John Michael Fail, only his third of the fall. He's been working on some stuff, and right there it looked like he got himself a little off-speed pitch that he blasted the other way for a big home run here in Game 5.
Yeah, Trey, him and Reese, John Mike and Reese have a little competition they've had all fall on who can get more hits, if Reese can get him out more times, and I think John Mike just might have one-upped him there in the first inning.
I'll tell you what, Bryce Roddy, I've been speaking with him a lot. Bryce Roddy, I believe, should be in the 5-hole today for Team Black. He leads the Crusaders with 5 home runs. I told him, do not be surprised if John Michael Fail does not end up leading the Satyrs in home runs this fall. He looked at me and he said, well, he's only got 2. Or was I telling you that?
I think it was me.
I was like, well, he's only got 2. I mean, we've seen him do some crazy stuff before, and he's up to 3 now this fall.
If anybody can do it, Trey Dyson, I think it's him.
That is him. Another clutch player, Patty Monteith, facing Reese Fields here, takes this one up out of the zone. But John Mike, I mean, what can you say about it? The kid's got power literally to all parts of the field. Yesterday, 469 feet.
It's unbelievable, Trey.
Monteith gets one to hit right there, just a little bit behind it. You know, if Pat watches this broadcast, Pat, it looked like to me you bat tilted just a little too much right there. Unable to get that bat back on plane in time. He's been working on his swing a lot this fall, and he did a great job last year walking a lot.
Yeah.
And this year he's walked a ton so far this fall, but he's also cut down on his strikeouts a bit, which you would hope to see your junior year.
Absolutely.
Randall Agraza behind the plate today. Randall, a local umpire here. We thank him for helping out. He is from Panama, and he's got a great personality, knows a lot about baseball, and we are happy to have him here today. The This ball is spoiled. Good job. Good pitch. Good job by Monteith right there, spoiling that one. So, Big D, great day for you yesterday. Up to 94 once again on the gun.
Yep.
And you pitched very well.
I appreciate it, Trey. I think I came in, we tied it up, or no, we were down 1 or 2 maybe, or we had tied it up my first in the 8th inning.
Ooh,
oh, wow.
Another tough call right there from Monteith.
Wow.
That is a pitcher's pitch, if you've ever seen one, as Monteith goes down looking. Reese Fields gets his first strikeout here today. I'm not sure if we got replay. Will, can we get that one? Can we see that pitch again? Will Cahaley, manning the controls today, did an outstanding job providing us with replays. So we're not sure when we will get them, but we may have replay capability once again today. There it was right there, and just a tough pitch. Dawson, what do you have on that?
I think it's a ball, Trey. It should be ball forward. Pat's got a great eye.
He does.
I don't know.
Life is not fair. Jake Girardi smokes one back through the middle. Girardi, very tough day offensively yesterday, so you know it feels good for him to get back in that hit column as he is on first base with 1 out. But Dawson, go ahead. What was working for you yesterday?
I was just trying to get ahead early with the fastball and challenge them, and it worked out in my first inning. Second inning, I kind of got behind a couple batters. Couldn't land my slider for a batter or two, but dialed it back in. I think Brody got a hit that last inning, so they had a runner on first, and I think we were up 3 at the time, so I knew his run didn't really matter. So I was just focusing on the batters and just kept filling up, challenging them with the fastball to see what would happen, and it worked out for us. So
it certainly did, and up to 94 this fall. You hit that once again a couple times yesterday. As Bryce Roddy fouls this one off from Reese Fields. You know, one thing I've been impressed with this fall, Dawson, is your ability to sustain your stuff for more than just a 1-inning stint. You've had multiple outings where you've pitched more than 1 inning. How's that been for you?
Oh, it's felt great. That was my goal coming in this fall, because last year I was a max effort, get everything I got for 1 inning, knowing that was my role last year. So I came in this fall trying to get back out there for a 2nd inning. So it feels good. You know, just got to stay in shape, got to keep the stamina up, and just stay efficient.
Great pitch right there from Reese Fields, backdoor breaking ball. Not sure where that missed. That pitch out of the hand, especially as a left-handed batter, if you can backdoor it like Reese Fields just did right there, it's a very easy pitch to give up on out of the hand. Roddy did, and but the umpire, Randall Agraza, was fair with 2 strikes right there. This pitch is popped up again in the air out to the third baseman, Jalen Vasquez, starting over there at third for Team Red. Team captain and manager Corey Bivens feeling a bit better today. He is at shortstop. Zach Zara, the super utility player, second baseman today. And rounding out the infield, big Brody Fowler over at first base for Team Red. Jake Sears, the young freshman, gets the start once again behind the plate for Team Red.
How about that, Trey?
Jax Cash is DHing today. This brings up Kyler Odom. Kyler Odom, very good day offensively yesterday. Got on base at least 3 times, a couple of knocks. And rounding out the outfield for Team Red, Caleb Freeman, the transfer from UNC Greensboro, is in left. Darian Whitaker, the great athlete, in center field. And Andrew Kaminsky, the Fall World Series legend, is in right field as Mr. Uncle Charlie, Lord Charles, is there to greet Kyler Odom with that curveball for a strike. You know, Dawson, an interesting story. I'm not sure how true that is. Was that a changeup there from Reese?
Maybe so.
Reese's 6th pitch he's developing this fall. That's a changeup, a good one there to Odom. But you've heard the term Uncle Charlie.
Yes.
Referring to a curveball.
Correct.
Apparently, in like the late 1800s, some guy named Charles or Lord Charles, another good curveball there taken for a ball. Lord Charles apparently was in a baseball game and someone threw him a curveball, and he was not too fond of it and wanted to get it outlawed. which, as a hitter, I can see where he's coming from.
Absolutely.
But I think that is where the nickname originated from, as that cutter right there ties up Odom. There you see the stuff from Reese Fields as he strikes out 2 guys, but not before Deerdorf walks. John Michael Fail does it again. A big blast to right center. We are going to head to the bottom of the first as we take you to break with that devastating cutter there from Reese Fields. Team Black up 2-0 in this final deciding Game 5 of the North Greenville University Fall World Series. Stay with us. And welcome back into Tigerville as the young hurler Jackson Edwards finishes his warm-up tosses. He is getting the start today for Team Black after being traded in this series. He was traded early this morning as the general manager for Team Black, John Michael Fail, and general manager for Team Red, Reese Fields, got together, made this deal happen so that this World Series Game 5 could take place today. Jackson Edwards from the Red Squad, now wearing that black uniform as he faces Jalen Vasquez, who has finally made his way to the top spot in this order. I think this is a good move for Red.
Yeah, Trey. Jalen's been seeing the ball really well for Red, and I think they are hoping he can get on base as much as possible today, especially get the maximum amount of at bats for the Red Squad, and I think he deserves it. You know, he's been seeing the ball well all series, so we'll see how it works out for him.
This one up and out of the zone. Jackson Edwards, we were lucky to have him in the booth yesterday. I asked him a question to let the fans know who he is and what he does. And you know what he said, Dawson?
What's that?
He said, "Coach, my name's Jackson Edwards. I'm a right-handed pitcher, and what do? I get big outs from my team when they need it the most."
Love that. Yeah, no, we decided to challenge the young freshman, Trey. He might have been a little upset because he got traded. There it is.
Well, he's not going to blow anyone away with his velocity, but he has been pitching very well, much like Kate Spikes for Team Black.
Yeah.
Not a big velo guy, but Kate Spikes, 2 outstanding innings. Got a lot of pop-ups, and that happens a lot on guys that aren't throwing super hard. He's got to pop up here early.
Yeah, so we decided to challenge him. John Mike thought it was the best move for us going because it's a 9-inning ball game, so we figured we can challenge him early and see what the freshman's made of. So.
Well, you know, I am a huge fan of the opener strategy, as Kate Spikes was the opener yesterday, went too strong. And that brings up the very talented Zach Zara to the plate. Zara hits one through the hole. His hot hitting will continue as Bryce Roddy unable to quite get to that one. Zara, another base hit for him. Hit a big triple in yesterday's game and hit a big home run in Game 2 for the Crusaders.
Roddy should have been over a little more first base there, huh, Trey?
Yeah, they haven't done a lot of shifting, but Zara, I guess Zara will hit the ball all over the place, but...
Yeah, but I mean, you and Landon in the season are just
we're taking that one away 100% of the time. As Corey Bivens gets one up in the zone. Corey Bivens feeling better today. He is the All-American hero who had an outstanding season a year ago as the shortstop for the Crusaders.
Zara might steal here, Trey.
He has a good lead over there. Jackson Edwards very savvy with men on base. And Roddy is now in the full shift. Bryce Roddy is now on the other side of second base. Corey Bivens looking to do something here for Team Red. This ball's in the other batter's box. John Michael Phelan, that 0-2. I got to tell you, I am not a fan of that.
Really?
In the other batter's box?
I mean, it's an extended fastball.
Extended.
I mean, it's our modified pitch out, as Landon would call it. But
Well,
I mean, sometimes you never know.
This ball's hung right there in a sweet hitting area for Corey Bivens, but Jackson Edwards is living right. Bivens fouls that one back, and Edwards has got to get that spinner down in the zone. You're ahead 1-2.
Yeah, got to be smart here, Trey. But back to the extended fastball, Trey. Some umpires during the season, I mean, you'll be surprised. Some of them call it, and you get a freebie. So.
Yeah, well, that pitch is a great spot right there from Edwards, but off the plate, and 2-2 count. Garrick Octavio is in the building. Garrick Octavio is in the building. Corey Bivens gets one, gets good barrel on it, but once again, straight up in the air. I can hear Landon Powell yelling at his team. Actually, he's not, but in his head, I'm sure he is not very pleased with these high fly balls. He likes low line drives.
Garrick's whole family's here, I think, Trey.
Oh.
His dad.
Folks, exciting times at North Greenville University as the banquet, National Championship banquet, is being held tomorrow night. So lots of former players are coming back into Kaminsky gets a hanger. And guess what he does, Dawson?
Pop up.
Pops it right up.
That's huge, Trey.
Team Black is rolling here. Jackson Edwards playing with fire, but getting away with it. His third scoreless inning of the fall. Team Red down 2-0. Dawson Taylor, once again, we want to thank you for your time up here in the booth. If the opportunity presents itself maybe later on, maybe you can sneak back in here. Give us an idea of what's going on in that black dugout maybe later in the game.
Okay, that's perfect.
We would appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But as we are through one inning here in Tigerville, Team Black leads it 2-0. We'll be back soon. And we want to thank Dawson Taylor for joining us. Right there, I don't know if you saw, there's Garrick Octavio and his father. Garrick Octavio was just a tremendous player for the Crusaders, a second baseman from a year ago. Came here as an outfielder, but transferred over to second base. His family there, he is from Hilo, Hawaii, and he is an All-American. He was an All-American 2 years ago, led Conference Carolina as the regular season batting title champion. That guy could fly. He was just a nightmare type leadoff batter. Saw more pitches than any player in Division II baseball last year. And certainly glad to have him, and glad to be hosting the championship banquet tomorrow night at Floor Field. Expecting to have a really big crowd. It's going to be a ring. The players will be presented with their rings from a year ago, and some awards will be given out. It should be a wonderful time at Floor Field tomorrow. Aiden Dillahay steps in for Team Black. Freeman going back. That's going to burn him. And Aiden Dillahay has pulled a baseball, folks. He has been working hard on his game, and, folks, we apologize for that. That is certainly not what we are trying to do here. But Aiden Dillahay with a very good swing after getting the game-tying hit in yesterday's game. He smokes one into left field for a leadoff double here against the conference pitcher of the year from a year ago, Reese Fields. Team Black back in business. And, folks, the guests continue as we are now joined by another member from Team Black, left-handed power pitcher, Matthew Chewy Taubensee. How are you, sir?
Trey, I am doing good. This is my first time on a broadcast ever. I'll tell you what.
Well, you look good. You
All right,
look
thank
good, unlike me with the triple chins over here.
Trey, you look great too, man.
I look so bad, but I got to work on it. But Chewy, tell us about what's been going on with you, kid.
I mean, just putting a lot of work this summer and still working through some things this fall, but I feel really good going into the spring. So hopefully we have a good one this year,
Yeah, well, you had some big moments for the Crusaders last year. Like I tell people all the time, you turned into a power pitcher last year before our very eyes.
Yeah.
Typically a guy that in JUCO you were around the 85-ish range. As Hall chops one out there, nice snag by Jalen Vasquez. You see the athleticism on display for the University of South Carolina transfer as he is able to get the freshman Caleb Hall. Nice play by Vasquez there. That's going to bring up Fowler. Go ahead. Oh, what I was saying is you were typically an 85-ish guy. Now you're popping 93s.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know. My freshman year, I came in when I went to college. I threw like 81, 82 probably, and then I've been going up every year. So I was like 85, then I was 86, 88. Last year I was 88, maybe touching 90, and now this year I'm like 90, 91 now, touching 92, 93. So really, I did become a power pitcher last year, Trey. It's the first time I really pitched like that, where I'm attacking guys and just trying to strike them out instead of pitching in contact like I normally would. So
yeah, well, you've had some flashes of brilliance here this fall. Your off-speed pitch, I think you call it your curveball. You have gotten tons of swings and misses on that pitch as Colin Fowler pops it up. Tricky play down the right field line. Zach Zara dives, and he slams into the wall. We don't have a clear view on that, but Eddie Taubensee is over there, and we hope that Zach Zara is going to be okay. Looks like he's in pain over there, but he's used to contact type plays like that. Head coach Landon Powell is on his way to check the utility player Zach Zara, a guy who you just kind of get a glimpse of the type of player Zach Zara is. He goes all out for everything.
Yeah,
and
I've seen Zara do a ton of plays like that. So hopefully he gets up from this one too. He's
hopefully he just got the wind knocked out of him. We're going to take another look at it right here. Tricky play. Looks like he might have called off Brody Fowler right there.
Yeah, just slid right into the fence. That didn't look like it was fun.
Yeah, but he's in good hands and some good guys over there too. But Crusaders a little bang as Zara gets to his feet gingerly. And I'm telling you right now, unless his leg is broken, he's probably not going to come out of the game.
Yeah, I was about to say I wouldn't be surprised if he was still in the game. Like, he does that all the time.
He loves playing the game. He's always kind of doing stuff baseball related. He has phenomenal awareness on the baseball field.
Yeah, he definitely does. It's him and his roommate Pat are always throwing their bodies around like that too.
Yes, indeed they are. And, sometimes when you play hard, injuries like this kind of do happen from time to time, but we'll try to get more updates. I know his parents are coming to town for the banquet tomorrow. Wonderful parents who love this program. Zach Zara, the MVP of the conference tournament a year ago. Looks like he might have.
Looks like he's bleeding on his knee. Like he cut it or something.
The good thing is he got up and he was walking around.
Yeah.
He probably cut his knee, and he is.
Gave a wave on the gator going away. Dawson gave the thumbs up.
Dawson Taylor, yeah. Hopefully Dawson Taylor developing some booth savvy as he has broadcast with me the past two games. So did he give the thumbs up?
Dawson gave the thumbs up. He gave a wave. So
okay.
Hopefully it's just a little cut and he's just bleeding. But
yeah, as they trail into Neverland out there and behind the right field wall.
I love this camera angle. Watch them go away.
This is reality television at its finest right here, as they head out of sight. And but we are gonna check on Zach Zara, and we will update Crusader faithful, whoever is watching this broadcast, on how he is doing. But Chewy, back to you, sir. Left-handed power pitcher, looking to do big things again for the Crusaders this year.
Yes, sir. Just hopefully getting better this break too. Just
you got big over the summer. You got big and strong.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the program. Hopefully, come back throwing even harder and just try to maximize myself and really become the real power pitcher you want me to be. Yeah,
I do. I want you to give him the hee-haw, which you coined. That's a phrase that you've coined.
Yeah. I call myself the big hee-haw now. I call strikeouts hee-haws for some reason, and it kind of stuck with me. So,
if we could get a shot in the booth right now, we are joined by royalty here in the booth. Garrick Octavio, we talked about him earlier in the broadcast. He is now with us. The Flying Hawaiian is with us. But before we get to Octavio, Chewy, I'd like for you to show the viewers at home that left arm of yours.
This left arm right here.
And show them kind of what you do with that.
We're really just throwing fastballs with it. That's what the hee-haw pitch is. So that's what we're going to go out and try to do today, and hopefully Red Spot gets a bunch of hee-haws. Okay, well, Chewy, for your first time in the booth, I felt like you did an outstanding job. I was a little nervous, Trey, I'll be honest. Well, you did great. And do you think maybe you could get us an update on Zara? Or can we get an update on Zara somehow, some way? And so we can pass that along to the viewers. And let's turn it over to Octavio. Thank you, Chewy. All right, thank you a lot, Trey.
We appreciate you, Chewy. Chewy will be pitching here today, folks. We will see if he has any hee-haws in store as Reese Fields sets down Colin Fowler with that strikeout for the second out here in the top of the second. Octavio, put on those headphones for us. Garrick Octavio has joined us. His family is in town for the banquet tomorrow as Carter Deardorff steps into the plate. Octavio, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, can't complain. Just finished work. Told my parents we got to make it out here for Game 5, so we're here.
Well, you did. Octavio, the past 2 seasons were magical for you, and last year was super magical. 2-year starting second baseman for the Crusaders. How does it feel to kind of be back here, and are you excited for the banquet tomorrow?
Yeah, this place is home. I love being here, love campus, love the field. And yeah, definitely excited to get this ring tomorrow. Looking forward to it. My parents came up. They're real excited to attend this banquet, so should be a good one.
Yeah, folks at home, if you're familiar with the program, you are familiar with the Octavio family, as they were big supporters of the Crusaders during our postseason runs over the past couple years. I know your dad was a big influence in your life when it came to baseball. So why don't you, I know you've told the story before, but how did you get the name Garrick?
Yeah, so it's pretty, if you're a baseball fan, you know the name Garrick is pretty, and we got a fly ball here, see if somebody can make a play at the fence. Here it is, over the fence, makes the play. First baseman, I'm not sure who that is.
That is Brody Fowler.
Brody Fowler, good play there.
Brody Fowler. Garrick Octavio calling the action there. That was first baseman Brody Fowler kind of robbing Deardorff on that foul ball. So Fields gets through with the scoreless second. We're going to stay right here with Garrick Octavio as we head to the bottom half. Go ahead, Garrick.
My dad's a diehard Yankees fan. He always been his whole life. He really enjoyed just the character that Lou Gehrig represented. He was nicknamed the Iron Horse. Yep. Real tough nose, hard nose baseball player. So he just kind of gave me the name Garrick, and I kind of just try to think about how Lou will play the game. He is a real strong dude. He played with broken fingers. Played while he was sick. A lot of people know that he was sick towards the end of his career. So that's kind of who I like to model my mindset whenever I'm on the field. I just want to be a hard-nosed, tough player. I'm not the biggest guy out there, not the strongest guy out there, but I will compete with the best.
I mean, folks, I saw it firsthand for a good full 2 years, and you're right. Talking about playing with a broken finger, that did in fact happen a couple years ago out Mount Olive as early in the game. One of your best series of the year, really. I mean, you were raking that year, 460 or something like that during the regular season. Regular season Conference Carolina's batting champion that year, but he broke his finger diving for a ball at second base, and it was completely dislocated. And
it was dangling.
And who popped it back in?
It was Eli.
Eli. Shout out Eli.
Yeah, shout out Eli. Eli Storm. We miss you, man.
But yeah, so he popped it back into place, kind of taped it up a little bit, and you just continued raking the rest of that series, the rest of that year, really.
Yeah, I mean, the finger was definitely a big turning point in my junior year, but I got over the hump. Started playing well after that Mount Olive series. It really locked something in at the plate for me.
Yep.
So. Yeah, maybe the broken finger helped me out that year.
I mean, maybe it did. I mean, it's not like you had a bad year last year. You had another great year last year. Just it wasn't. You didn't get as many hits. You didn't hit as high, but what you did was you saw more pitches than any other player in Division II baseball last year by a mile.
That's a stat?
Oh yeah, that's a stat. That's my stat. But
okay.
100% the truth.
I like that.
You had tons of walks. You stole tons of bases, and you were. Folks, there's so many unquantifiable things in the game of baseball. So the effect that Octavio had on games, you can't always measure because you can't tell, like you saw X amount of pitches. As Jax Cash smokes one back up the middle, the DH for Team Red today, looking to get his team on the board. He just continues to hit. But the at-bats that you had really kind of affect an opponent's, obviously, how tired they get. It affects everyone in the dugout, being able to see multiple pitches or a lot more pitches. And it also can just wear a team down mentally.
Absolutely.
And that's what you brought to the ballpark every single day last year.
Well, I mean, I understood my role on the team. We got guys like John Mike.
Did you see his first at bat, by the way?
I did not. I just missed it. I heard he hit bomb though, black box.
Okay, keep going. Yeah, he did.
But yeah, I understood my role on the team, which was to just score, run, get on base for our big sticks, and I knew they were gonna bring me in. It was just a lineup up and down of just absolute ballers. So I mean, it was a great lineup to be a part of. Everybody understood their role. Nobody tried to overplay. Everybody understood what their job was, and that's kind of why we were so good last year.
Yeah, very well said. Very well said. Ballers, that's a great word because we had some grinders, some competitors.
Dogs, absolutely.
And, were we perfect? No.
No, absolutely not.
Not even close. But and we probably left some stuff on the table at times, but overall, like the team just really gelled. If hitting wasn't good, pitching was dominant. And kind of vice versa throughout the year.
Exactly.
So anyway, so tell us to kind of, I guess, you're in town for the banquet.
Yep.
And you're planning on graduating.
Yes.
Or have you already graduated?
No, I'll graduate this upcoming December.
Let's go, G, baby.
I'm looking forward to it. Try to get out of here.
I tell G all the time, he doesn't think so, but he's great in front of the camera. He's got a great look. And I've been telling you for a couple years now, you need to go sign up with like a modeling agency or something because you got a great look, bro.
maybe after this little broadcast, maybe my name will get out there a little bit. Somebody will see me. But yeah, maybe I got to take some headshots here and then make a little profile.
Yeah, you got to do that. I mean, I'm serious. You got to good look. First off, also too, G, and I'm being serious. You watch some sports movies before in your life.
Yeah.
You could any good athlete or championship athlete, like we can look at people and say, oh, this guy can't play. Like I'm talking about when we're watching movies and you're watching guys throwing motions, swings. You can tell if they are actually athletic or not. There's a market for actors that are athletic.
Okay.
I mean, think about all the athletic movies that are out there as Jake Sears goes down. That was Jackson Edwards' first strikeout of the game. But I'm telling you, you should, while you're young, while you're still, you're ripped too still, I'm assuming. Not as much?
Not as much. I mean, haven't been really getting in the weight room too much recently, Trey.
Gee, you were jacked last year.
I've been kind of adulting this semester.
Oh my gosh, what has happened to G baby? And right in there for Jackson Edwards, folks. When we were talking earlier, Caleb Freeman smoked one out to Caleb Hall. Looked like it was going to be 2, but the throw was low. Kyler Odom at first base, who's been so good at picking the ball out of the dirt, unable to do so. And Jax Cash was able to get back to first base. That brings in the big, talented freshman. G, you would like this kid. He hits bombs, and he is nasty on the mound. His name is Brody Fowler, the kid who made the play. Yep, he is a two-way. He made that play to end last half inning. And he's a little bit uphill with his swing sometimes.
Good launch angle?
Well, sometimes too good. But when he gets the barrel to the ball and he's kind of direct to the ball, he can crush the ball.
You've been working with him, Trey?
Yeah, we've been trying. You know, as you know me, I like to, especially with the young guys, I like to let them play. There's obviously a reason why they got here.
Mm-hmm.
And not everyone needs instruction all day, every day, you know? I mean, so, yeah, but we've been working a little bit lately, and he was hot last week for a little bit. Got a base hit yesterday and looking to do something for Team Red today.
Here we got Darren Whitaker.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and call the action for this one, Garrett?
Okay, let's do it. Darren stepping in, 1-0 count. I'm not sure who's on the mound, but number 16's on the mound.
Jackson Edwards.
Sets, throws, low. 2-0. Darren is probably looking for a fastball here, more on the inner half of the plate, something he can drive, hopefully get an RBI here for the Red Squad, get him on the board, maybe even take the lead with one swing. You never know.
Taken all the way right there, G. Which you know something about.
Exactly. You know, I never been afraid to hit with 2 strikes.
Very true. I mean, as you got into a full count almost every at bat last year.
3-1 count. Big pitch coming up here. I see Darren's rocking the headband now. Okay. Little extra sauce. Sauce gets him a walk. 2-3 on, bases loaded, no outs. Tough situation here.
All right, this is Jalen Vasquez. You're going to continue to call the action.
Okay.
Jalen Vasquez transferred from University of South Carolina. A good fielder, has had some great at-bats this fall. 3 homers on the fall. He's got some pop, so a grand slam would come in nicely for Team Red here. Folks, Gary Octavio is in the booth with us. This is Trey Dyson. Gary Octavio is calling the action.
We got John Mike here, going over maybe how they're going to approach Jalen here. Meeting with, what was the pitcher's name again one more time?
Jackson Edwards.
Jackson Edwards.
The freshman.
So, yeah, they probably just was talking about how they're going to approach Jalen here. See what they're going to do here, see if they could get out of this pickle. We got 2 outs, bases loaded. Big at-bat here for Jalen.
His team, Jalen's team, trails by 2 runs.
We got Bryce Roddy doing some dance moves out there. Second base, that's my man out there.
Bryce Roddy, team leader in home runs this fall, G.
I love that. I mean, he deserves it. He works hard. He's a good dude.
He really is. He loves it. He loves North Greenville, and he has hit some long ones this fall.
Pitch inside. We got 2-0 count here on Jalen Vasquez. See if he can get a good pitch to swing out here.
Looked like he was taken all the way again. Jackson Edwards having trouble finding the zone here. 3-0. Come on, G. I mean, I know that you're probably taking this because you know your role, but
I mean,
we got to see a swing, don't we?
There it is. He walks in a run. Red Squad on the board. We got us the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. 2-1. Black squad's up. Bottom of the second inning, 2 outs, bases loaded.
Okay, now, just for your reference, you're going to continue to call the action here.
Okay.
We're going to have you, I guess you can leave after this half inning, but you're going to call the action the rest of the way.
Okay.
This is Josh Williams. He's
Josh
a
Williams.
freshman, and he is in the game because Zach Zara had to leave.
Okay. Where's he out of?
He is out of West Florence High School in South Carolina.
Okay. Local boy.
Yep, and he's had some good moments this fall.
Hanger on the outside corner, first strike. Good pitch there. Let's see if Red Squad can scratch one more. Pitch. Ooh, that's in the dirt. Bounced in front of the plate. John Mike back there, All-American. Does his thing. That dude is unbelievable. There's not enough things I could say about him to really.
Well, what people sleep on is his catching ability. I mean, he gets undervalued every year when it comes to that.
I mean, when you hit like he does, I mean, there's not much you can say about his defense when he's hitting like that. Line shot, foul ball. 1-1 count here. Actually, 1-2 count. Excuse me.
Folks, if you're just joining us, All-American national champion from a year ago, Garrick Octavio. This is Trey Dyson. Octavio is calling the action here in the Fall World Series.
Curveball high. We got a 2-2 count here. Let's see what he comes with. We got Bryce Roddy playing deep right field right now. For the lefty pull hitter here, we got Pat Monteith slightly up the middle. Pitch coming in, outside. Full count here. Runners will be on the move.
The old merry-go-round. Vasquez at first, Darian Whitaker at second, and Brody Fowler at third.
We got a foul ball. We'll do it again. Runners on the move.
Yeah, big spot in this game, G. I know that you have not seen a lot of us this year. Jackson Edwards was actually traded before this game from Team Red to Team Black.
Oh, okay.
Edwards was the winning pitcher in Game 2 for Team Red. He pitched 2 scoreless in that game, ended up picking up the win. And he's been traded. He's starting here, opening here for Team Black.
Well, I mean, that should give him a little extra motivation during this game, just knowing that the squad he pitched for, got a win for, ended up trading him at the end of the day. So that should give him some fire.
You would think so. You would think so.
It's a good bat here. Full count again. We'll do it again. Runners on the move. Pitch coming in. Foul again. 3 in a row. Good at bat. Good at bat.
Yeah, that's one thing with Jackson Edwards that he's gonna have to fight a little bit here this young in his career. He doesn't have the fastest pitches, which is it makes it hard to kind of put away some batters.
Exactly.
So you're gonna have to just continue to be crafty.
Outside. Red Squad scores another. The game is all tied up at 2. Here we go. And we got probably one of my most favorite players on the squad here, Corey Bivens. If you don't know, he was my shortstop last year. Me and Corey turned a lot of double plays last year.
Boy, just all in all, especially with the way we moved our defense, it was a fun thing watching our defense play.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it. There's a lot of other teams that would think otherwise, because we took a lot of base hits away last season.
We sure did.
Yeah. I loved playing up the middle with Corey last year. It was a great time. Great player, great dude.
Y'all were a great little duo. And yeah, I mean, we defensively, I mean, especially down the stretch, you guys were nearly flawless. It was fun to watch. You're still calling the game, by the way, G. That's
okay. Yeah. So we got a 2-1 count here. Curveball coming in. First strike, curveball again.
Bivens has the second hanger that he has gotten against Jackson Edwards. Both times he's fouled it away. Last time he ended up flying out to center field. Jackson Edwards holding on by a thread here for Team Black.
If I'm not mistaken, mistaken, Corey Bivens did get a walk-off hit in the first game.
He did, yeah. He did. You've been following us. I like that, G. I like that, G. Yep, he sure did. He walked off Team Black in game 1 with a double. And then he...
Pitch outside. Very close pitch there. John Mike was trying to steal that one.
You know what we like to say? Usually the umpires will be fair with 2 strikes.
Usually. We got a full count here. Runners on the move. Hanging breaking ball. Foul ball. We'll do it again.
Corey Bivens not afraid to hit balls almost behind him. The guy knows how to pull a baseball.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you remember, but in the World Series, I forget who we were playing, but he actually swang and the ball hit him.
Yes.
So, yeah, he's definitely not afraid to swing at balls coming right at him.
Yeah, exactly. He likes that pitch coming right at him.
Runners on the move. Pitch coming in.
Oh! Jackson!
High heater. Got him.
Jackson Edwards, what a gritty effort from him as he gives Team Black a good effort here through 2. Team Red does get 2 runs, but the big strikeout of the All-American hero, Garrett Octavio's double play partner from a year ago, strikes out, and we are through 2 complete. It is tied at 2. Garrett Octavio, thank you so much for joining us in the booth. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at the banquet.
Looking forward to it. K-Trey.
All right, man. Thanks, G.
Yep.
All right, folks. That was Garrett Octavio. We are going to take a quick break, and we're going to come right back after this. Stay tuned. Welcome back in, everyone. This is Trey Dyson, Fall World Series, Game 5. I am currently eating a Chick-fil-A French fry, and we are joined by freshman phenom, Carter Deardorff. Deardorff, you're going to tell the fans at home who you are and kind of your experience so far here at North Greenville so that I can eat a little bit.
All right, so I am originally from Bradenton, Florida. It's on the west coast now, south of Tampa. Been up there my whole life, played baseball there. And my experience at NG is just amazing, man. Great guys, welcoming us all freshmen with open arms. I mean, it's tough losing 20 guys, you know, so having a bunch of new guys on campus, they've done a really good job of kind of helping us out and being there for us.
Well, very talented player from Florida, like you said. Two-way player. You have not been able to really pitch this ball.
Yeah.
How's your arm doing, and when are you expected to kind of get back at it on the mound?
Arm's doing good. Had my first pen about a week ago, and I got my third pen coming up tomorrow, actually. And so I got another one upcoming Monday, and then Friday is when I start throwing off-speed pitches, sliders, curveballs, etc. So I'm excited to come back and show them what I can do.
Well, we are excited to see you as John Mike steps in for his second at-bat today. His first at-bat, he had a blast to right center field, scoring yourself after you walked yet again. You were the leadoff hitter for Team Black, just flew out in your last at-bat, the worst kind of fly out, a foul pop-up.
Yeah, that thing was tailing out, and then this field is a kind of a way to just come back in. So Brody made a reach over the fence and made a great catch.
Dawson Taylor was joining us earlier. A lot of Team Black action today. Nice little cutter there from Fields. Do you have an update on Zach Zara? Okay.
Oh.
Okay, out for the remainder of the Fall World Series, but he is okay. He's okay. He just needs a little stitching up. All right, that is Dawson Taylor. Dawson, we hope to see you later on in this game. Dawson Taylor with some good information there. All the Zach Zara fans at home, what a pitch right there from Reese Fields. But Zach Zara, earlier in this game for Team Red, went sliding into the fence, and he split open his knee. It's gonna require stitches. If you were joining us, you saw a gator that was driving Zach Zara around. Dawson Taylor was, in fact, his driver. Got him into good hands, so we certainly wish Zach Zara the best. We are with freshman phenom Carter Deerdorf. John Mike gets one, fouls it off. We're talking about your foul ball at bat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You're not going to be perfect. I was trying to tell you this yesterday. Hopefully, we're going to, folks at home, we're going to see Deerdorf pull a ball in his next at bat. He's going to smoke it either in the right center gap, maybe even through the 3-4 hole.
Hey, who knows, man?
Maybe a bomb.
Change it up one time.
You never know. But Deerdorf, you have 18 or 19 walks this fall as Reese Fields gets the best of John Mike this time, sets him down on strikes. John Mike, I think, might have been looking for something else right there, which is fine. Sometimes it's okay to kind of.
It's okay. John Mike strikes out too. You know, he's human. You don't see him much, but.
Very well said. Very well said from the young Carter Deerdorf. But you've had a lot of walks, very few strikeouts. You were smoking the ball, leading the Crusaders in average this fall. I know that's going to mean something to you.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I came out just seeing the ball like a beach ball. I mean, I had a lot of preparation this summer and coming in the fall that I knew just got to get up there and start performing.
Well, and you have performed indeed. 5 doubles, couple homers. Caleb Freeman the other day actually robbed you. Was that the first game of the World Series?
I think that was. Hit a ball. I think it was a 2-2 curveball off of Jake Monroe. It was 2-strike approach. So I wasn't fully swinging, but got the barrel there, and he goes up and catches the ball, which is a great play by him.
It was a great play by him. We are all knotted up here. Game 2 of the World Series. Another barn burner here, it looks to be. Deerdorf, what's in store for Team Black? Are you gonna make an imprint on this game? You already kind of have. You scored a run.
Yeah, so that's the plan. I mean, we just got to take every at-bat one at a bat at a time. So I just got to do my job as leadoff and get on base any way I can. How that's walk, hits, hit by pitches, anyway.
Good job staying in on that breaking ball from Pat Monteith. Reese Fields is kind of gaining some momentum here. His stuff looks a little bit sharper than it did in that first inning.
Yeah, and that's what he typically does. He comes out in the first inning, got to get settled in. I mean, he's told me that before. It takes him 1 to 2 innings to get settled in, but once he's in the game, he's going 7-8 innings.
He is. He was outstanding for the Crusaders last year. The World Series MVP, a solid pitch right there. And Pat Monteith, his first at bat, if you remember, very questionable call with 2 strikes, and he was rung up that time.
A little below the knees, but I think he's been calling that all day. So.
Well, are you talking about that most previous pitch?
Not that pitch, but his first at bat.
Well, the first at bat was off the plate.
It was off the plate.
Yeah, you
okay.
couldn't really see
I couldn't see off, but I saw down.
Right, and that one looked honestly better than the first one. But our home plate umpire Randall,
great guy,
Granza, he is a wonderful guy, and he's had a good zone. No one's going to be perfect. But just a wonderful guy out of Panama. He does a lot of umpires a lot of baseball around the area.
Hey, take your base, kid, that baby.
Gosh,
he's fine.
Yeah, that's
a lot of muscle.
That's going to happen a lot with Reese Fields. You've got to stay in on him. He's got a lot of hard action with that cutter and slider away. That you got to stay in, and sometimes you stay in too long, and that happens. With Monteith, the guy who knows how to get on base, gets on here. So, Deerdorf, your parents. You got to give a shout out to your family.
Shout out to the mom and dad, little brother Max. What's up? And then my sister Adair, my grandma Bobsha. She always loves watching me play and kind of.
This one is fair down the line as Jake Girardi sneaks one past Jake Sears
at third
base, and Monteith, one of the greatest base runners in all the college game. He gets in there. Corey Bivens' relay throw was a bit low. Jax Cash unable to pick that ball, and Landon Powell is coming out to do something. I'm not sure, but what
a swing by Girardi.
Good swing by Girardi.
Good placement.
I mean, we don't really celebrate ground ball hits down the line too much, but hey.
Of a pitcher like this, you'll take anything you can get.
You are 100% correct. Well done, Jake Girardi. That is a double, his second hit of the game. And that wins you games, Deardorff. This is why I keep talking to you about your speed. That right there, what Pat Monty just did from first base on a ball, that wins you championships.
Indeed,
right
it
there.
does.
And that brings up Roddy. Roddy takes one down for a ball. Roddy right here with one out. Roddy, if you can hear me, you do not have to do too much here. Infield is back. Ground ball to second or short will bring home a big run for your team. Okay, you can finish shouting out your grandparents. And this one not to the middle of the field.
Okay.
This baby
That'll do a
Shiesty
job.
at third. Jake Sears makes a nice play, but like Carter Deardorff said, that does do a job. That drives in the fourth run of the game, scoring the triples man, Jake Girardi.
That's what we need right there. We need runs.
Carter Deardorff,
Right
your
now-
team is now 4-2. Go ahead.
Right now, our pitching is very limited with Takis being out. I mean, we had to improvise, but we came out here. Our goal was to score runs, and I feel like we're doing a pretty good job of that right now off a pretty good pitcher. But
I mean, and you got to give Jackson Edwards credit. Jackson Edwards, a late addition, a trade to Team Black, does not have the stuff that Reese Fields does, but he pitches his heart out every time he goes out there.
I mean, he's not the hardest thrower, but he knows how to throw, and that's all you really need to know. I mean, he knows how to get guys out. Look at that first inning. What was it, like 4 batters, a bunch of pop-outs? I mean, you're doing a job there.
Exactly. Same thing that your starting pitcher from a day ago did, and Cade Spikes got induced a lot of pop-outs.
Yeah, Cade had a tough first game. I think it was the first game he pitched.
Yeah, he did. Game one, tough. He had a chance to save that game.
And he came back and proved it. I mean, that's all it's about. Coming every day. I mean, just show up. That's one of the things we talk about, just show up.
That is one of the things we talk about, is just keep showing up. Try to take something positive. This game will beat you up if you let it. And that's, you are kind of hard on yourself at times, but overall, I feel like you got a pretty good head on your shoulders for being a good baseball player. Good stab over there by Brody Fowler, first baseman, doing work here in this Fall World Series.
Well, it's been a pleasure, Trey.
Brody Fowler makes the play. Carter Deardorff has to go back down. What position are you playing?
Left field.
All right, so Deardorff is going back to left field. Deardorff, thank you so much for joining us. Hey, good luck the rest of the way. Hit a ball hard. That was Carter Deardorff, and we thank him for joining us. Team Black, 2 runs on the board right there with Deardorff in the booth. Jackson Edwards set to begin his 3rd inning of work. We will be back here shortly. Team Black leads the finale here of the Fall World Series 4-2.
Descendencia entera. ¿Por qué? Porque ella me da la mamá de 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 la mamá
And we are back. Bottom of the third, Jackson Edwards, his third inning of work for Team Black. Got into a lot of trouble last half inning. Team Red was able to score 2 runs, but it could have been a lot worse. Edwards with a big strikeout of Corey Bivens to end last half inning brings up Andrew Kaminsky. And, folks, we are joined. Kaminsky gets one off the end of the bat, but hits it in the perfect place out there. And Andrew Kaminsky on base again for Team Red. And we are now going to be joined by, finally, a member from Team Red comes in the booth. And that will be yesterday's starting pitcher for Team Red, left-handed athlete, charismatic left-handed pitcher, Miles Millie Daniels. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. It's a pleasure to be up here in the booth with the Dice.
Yes, well, it's a pleasure to have you. And, Miles, you have had pitched 5 scoreless innings in this Fall World Series. Jax Cash gets one. A good one to hit. Another hanger from Edwards.
Just what Red Team needed.
And Jackson Edwards leaves it up in the zone. Did he catch it? He did not. Jax Cash, the money man himself, has left the yard here at Ray and B. Dillard Field, just out of the reach of Colin Fowler out there. Great effort by him, but Jax Cash ties up the game for Team Red. Big hit for Team Red. Miles Daniels.
Huge hit. We love to see that. Guys coming off the bench, look at him go.
Dylan, just come back after this half inning. Miles Daniels snaked a spot in the booth as pitching coach Hunter Dilworth was coming up here. Dude, you have you kind of hurt your oblique in the weight room earlier this fall, but since you have been back, you've been kind of getting a little bit better each time out.
Yes, sir. That's really just what I hope for this fall, is improve every time out.
And I know you've been working hard on getting those grades up.
Yes, sir.
How's that been going?
You know, it's a work in progress. It's not easy, but, you know, I'm doing everything my possibility to better my chance on the fields.
Yeah, well, we hope so.
Oh, yes.
Miles, you are you've only been here for a short amount of time as Caleb Freeman. Hit one hard his first at bat that was Caleb Hall robbed him this time. Hits it over his head out to Carter Deerdorf out there in left field. Another base hit for Team Red. But, the people, you've only been here for a short amount of time, but you're already a favorite amongst your teammates. You bring great energy to the field every day, and you bring electricity in this left arm of yours. So what do Crusaders fans have to look forward to when they see Miles Daniels?
Somebody who's going to compete and have the team in the best interest to win a game. Hopefully I get the chance to do that some this spring, and shout out to my boy Caleb Freeman with that big knock right there.
Great hit by Caleb Freeman, and that's a good swing by baby shiesty Jake Sears. Jake Sears, freshman out of AC Flora, in the past 2 games, he has hit a home run. What do you suspect is going to happen here?
John Mike gave it a ride off the black box early. I think hopefully today he could do something similar. You
think Jake Sears can do something similar?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Folks, Miles Daniels, left-handed pitcher from Spartanburg Methodist J.L. Mann High School, is joining us, the first member for Team Red. And I tell you what, Miles, you came up here and good things started happening for Team Red.
Well, I told him I was coming up here, so I'm here to hype him up. You hit a 90 yesterday. I know that you're kind of like a Zach Greinke type. You're not afraid to fluctuate between like 85 and 92 with any particular time out there. Yes,
Sears
sir.
hits one really hard. Good pickup over there by the young freshman Caleb Hall over to Kyler Odom. And who's that at second? Is that AK?
That's Caleb
No, that's
Freeman.
Caleb Freeman making a good read right there.
Yes, it was.
To get to third with less than 2 outs. Odom, who's a two-way player, his arm is giving him a little bit of problem, so he hasn't really been throwing a ton. That was an accurate throw, but unable to get Caleb Freeman. I'm sorry, go ahead, Miles.
Well, being a starter, I've just been trying to figure things out, trying to see what I can do and how much effort I can put into my pitches to help my stamina. So, going those 1 innings, it really helped me get my arm in shape to where I could throw every pitch with intent.
And ground ball out there to Pat Monteith, who has just played an outstanding shortstop here this Fall World Series. I thought he made the right decision, but it looked to me like he rushed to throw a little bit.
Yeah.
He had a little bit more time than that. He knew it right away, and that's a run for another run for Team Red.
Yeah, it's not like Pat Monteith.
Yeah, normally the guys making the right plays. But
For sure.
so you ramped back up. You kind of started slow, but now you're back to pitch 2 innings in game 1 and 3 innings yesterday.
Yes, sir.
And yesterday, the best I've seen you.
Thank you. I felt really good. Had all my pitches working. I felt like the past outings I've had maybe 1 off-speed pitch working for me or so, and yesterday I had all of them.
Yeah, you look great. You look great. As Darian Whitaker lines out to Carter Deerdorf in left field, Deerdorf went straight from the booth out into left field, and he has been busy. He's been busy this half inning as Team Black needing a big start from the newly acquired Jackson Edwards. He has given him all he can out there, just trying to keep this game close. And that's all you can really expect. Jackson Edwards traded, won a game for you guys in game 2. You guys got rid of him. He's pitching for Team Black today.
Well,
this ball's hit high and very deep into right center field. That ball was crushed, and Jalen Vasquez continues to pour it on here for Team Red as he hits his 4th home run of the fall and his biggest hit up to date in this Fall World Series. It is now 7-4. Miles Daniels and company, you guys are ahead.
Oh, yes.
What you got on that swing right there?
Caught it out in front for sure. I'd say change up, elevated. Maybe heater.
Whatever it was elevated, and Jalen Vasquez did not miss it.
And a bat flip.
He hit it to a big part of the ballpark, and just a great swing. And all of these games so far have been very, very good.
Yeah.
And it's looking like it could be like that again here today.
Yeah, you can tell we're getting tired of competing against each other.
Yeah, there have been some really good games. And what do y'all have left on the mound as Josh Williams steps in?
We have
Josh Williams hits one hard into the gap in the left center field. A bit of miscommunication there. That ball's got to be caught, but it is not caught, and Josh Williams most likely will be credited with a double right there. But, yeah, Team Red, we're with Miles Daniels right now. You should have, I know, Sahil Patel.
We have Sahil Patel, Nate Roof.
Nate Roof is going to be making his debut here as he was out sick, and he is going to make his first appearance. That's a big arm to have.
Oh, yes.
And
Can't wait to see what he has today.
Who else does Team Red have?
We have Jake Monroe. No, he threw yesterday. We have Caleb Freeman available out of the pen as well.
Caleb Freeman is going to probably pitch an inning. Corey Bivens back up there. Last time up, Bivens had the bases loaded, swung at a high pitch. Jackson Edwards was able to strike him out. Jackson Edwards still competing out there for Team Black. Your heart kind of goes out for Jackson Edwards at this point. A member of Team Red. Really, probably this is the longest outing he's gone. So far, he's kind of wearing it right now for Team Black. Just trying to keep things right where they're at. Got to compete, and he does compete every time out. That is Corey Bivens at the plate. Josh Williams after the double is on second. Corey Bivens knew it right off the bat. The All-American hero hits one off the dorms in left field, and Team Red has blown this thing open here in the bottom of the third. It is now 9-4. Team Red, a big-time swing from Corey Bivens. Would love to see that one on a replay.
What a swing by the kid.
What a swing by Corey Bivens. Miles Daniels, you have brought the secret ingredient.
I was just about to ask, do you think I could get up here another inning?
This ball is just right up there, up in the zone. He's got a couple of those that he's hit foul this time. Bivens, who hit double-digit home runs a year ago for the Crusaders, does not miss that one. And he blasted out to left. Kaminsky got a hit last. I think Kaminsky led off this inning with a hit. Folks, I'm not doing a good job keeping track of the scorebook. People coming in and out of the booth. I'm doing the best I can. This is Trey Dyson. Join with me, Team Red starting pitcher Miles Daniels. Exciting inning here, Miles, for Team Red.
Oh, yes.
Swing and a miss right there from Andrew Kaminsky. Kaminsky's family is in town.
Okay.
Kaminsky from Florida. His parents have made the trip for the big banquet that will be held tomorrow.
Indeed.
So, you're going to see. Are you a jewelry guy?
No.
Not at all?
Nope.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Well, there's going to be some bling handed out tomorrow night at that banquet.
Well, I'd wear that ring.
Some big-time national championship rings will be handed out to the Crusaders from last year's national championship game. It should be a great time at the banquet tomorrow. Kaminsky walks. Kaminsky just continues to get on base this Fall World Series. He's got 2 home runs in this Fall World Series. If Team Red is able to hang on, Miles, I did put a vote in for you for World Series MVP if Team Red wins, but I don't want to break it to you. I don't think you're going to win, okay? Corey Bivens is the odds-on favorite right now at this point to probably win the MVP for Team Red, but let me tell you something. There is a lot of time left in this ball game.
You are right.
All right, folks. We are going to Miles, that's enough for you. That's 9 runs, 7 runs for you.
Getting kicked out the booth.
Yeah, we've enjoyed your time here in the booth, but it is time for Hunter Dilworth to make an appearance up here. If you see him down there, will you tell him to come up?
Yes, indeed, I will.
All right, Miles, thank you once again. Congrats on a great fall. We look forward to watching you perform come springtime. Folks, you are going to love this kid. He is a fun kid, great competitor, and a very, very talented left-hand pitcher. We're happy to have you. Thank you, Miles. And right now, it is looks like Team Black did not have anyone warmed up. Jackson Edwards just having a really hard time getting out of this inning. Like I said, there's going to be plenty of good moments from Jackson Edwards. He is a great kid. He works extremely hard, and he made an impact for Team Red in this Fall World Series, winning Game 2, throwing 2 scoreless innings. Did throw a scoreless first inning today for Team Black, but struggling here. Jax Cash hit a home run in this inning to left center field, and Team Red has hit 4 home runs this inning. Jax Cash continues to swing the bat well. This ball's blasted into the left center gap. Andrew Kaminsky from first, he does get to third. Colin Fowler, nice job out there getting to that ball quickly. And Jax Cash is fired up out there. Jax Cash, in his last 3 at-bats, 3 hits for the kid, 3 for his last 3. Big double right there for Team Red. And that is going to be it for the young Jackson Edwards. He is going to come off the mound, and like I said earlier, there will be brighter days ahead for the young freshman. And Team Black's going to go to the bullpen. We will tell you more about the new pitcher for Team Black when we return. And welcome back in, folks. Team Red has just put an assault on Team Black here in the bottom of the third inning, the World Series finale, Game 5. Team Red out to a commanding 9-4 lead after 4 big home runs this inning. You are looking at freshman left-handed pitcher Caleb Cox, who has relieved Jackson Edwards, looking to keep things right here. So lots of time in this ball game, and we are finally joined by my broadcast partner from a day ago, pitching coach Hunter Dilworth. Dilworth, your thoughts so far?
Well, Trey, my thoughts, I just don't know. It's too early to tell. It's a big deficit, but we saw a Black team come back yesterday against Mike, the Nightmare. So why wouldn't they be able to come back today against
Nate Roof and company?
Nate Roof. Right back at you, sorry.
You know, I'll tell you what, Caleb Cox has had a great fall. Left-handed pitcher, Clover High School. He is looking to kind of keep things at bay here. And I'm telling you right now, do not count out Team Black. Just like you said, there is plenty of time left in this game. But Team Red is full of confidence right now. Lots of extra base hits this inning. Jax Cash hit a home run. Let's count the home runs this inning. Okay, Jax Cash hit a home run. Jalen Vasquez hit a home run.
Bivens hit a home run.
Corey Bivens hit a home run. And I thought there was one more.
I think that's it. Maybe a couple extra bases. Josh Williams just hit a double.
Josh Williams hit a double. Jax Cash, another double. Jax Cash has hit twice this inning. He was on second base.
Oh,
Josh Williams pinch ran for him. Courtesy runner with 2 outs. Catchers are allowed to get a runner here in this Fall World Series.
Caleb coming out of the pen. I think he started every time he's pitched this fall, and maybe one time out of the pen early, but it's going to be a new spot for him coming out of the pen. See how he handles it.
Yeah.
Might get ready for the spring like this sometimes.
Yeah, that's a good call. Good call. Yeah, every guy on our team really needs to be ready to come in as a starter or a reliever, because we do use the opener quite a bit over here, and I hope we do again this year. That's what Team Black employed yesterday with Kate Spikes. They wanted an opener, and Kate Spikes gave it to him. Today they want Jackson Edwards to do the same thing, and he gave it his best effort, but just unfortunately was unable to stop Team Red. Caleb Freeman hit a base hit in his last at bat. This one taken up and away. Like Coach Dilworth said, it'll be interesting to see Caleb Cox, how he handles this first time out of the bullpen.
I have a feeling we're going to be here till about 8:30 tonight, Trey.
Big banquet tomorrow. We've been telling people about it. Coach Dyson up here in the booth still has a lot of work left to do when it comes to kind of getting everything together. I will be doing a lot of the kind of announcing tomorrow at the banquet. It's going to be a lot of awards given out. Jake Sears, good swing right there on a fastball from Caleb Cox. But, yes, a lot of work to be done, so it's going to be a long night for the coaches here.
Yep. I'm sure you'll absolutely dominate the microphone tomorrow night, so I'm not worried about it.
Well, I certainly appreciate that confidence, Hunter Dilworth.
Somebody's got to have it for you.
I appreciate that. You know,
I got to have it for somebody because I'm not going to be up there doing it.
You know, I'm always dishing out encouragement around here. It's good to get some back in return.
Trey, you know where to look for it.
Jake Sears gets a good pitch to hit right there, fouls it off. Caleb Cox, big spot here in this game. All right, here's my prediction. He gets out of this inning. Team Black makes a comeback. If he gives up 2 or more runs right here, I think it's Team Reds.
Okay. I like it. I think we're going to get a ground ball right here to Pat Monteith.
Oh. And you get a swing and miss on the old changeup there as Caleb Cox pulls the string against Jake Sears to stop Team Red, but not before Team Red scores 7 big runs here in the bottom of the third. They lead Game 5, the deciding game of this Fall World Series, 9-4. We will be back with Hunter Dilworth when we come right back. Thanks for staying with us.
the field.
Okay. Welcome them back in. Trey.
And welcome back, Crusader fans, as we head to the top of the fourth. I am Bryce Roddy. Aiden Dillahay steps in to hit right here. Dillahay 1 for 1 with a ground rule double.
Oi.
I'm joined by Hunter Dilworth, assistant coach. Dill, how's it going? And Dillahay, first pitch swinging again.
This time, not so lucky.
Not so lucky. Grounds out to number 6, Jake Sears. Sears been playing some good third base so far today.
Yep. Came in for Zach Zara, who was playing second base, who slid into the fence in the right field for a foul ball and almost made a crazy play, but ended up getting a nice little hole in the kneecap.
Yes.
Had to get repaired. I think he's hanging out in the dugout. He might be going to get stitches. I'm not real sure.
Very painful.
Did not look pretty.
Caleb Hall steps in.
Ooh.
Just up and in fastball from Reese Fields.
91 from Reese. Arm side missing. Reese is looking for a shutdown inning here after a 7-run third inning by the red team.
Yeah, Jackson Edwards struggled late there. Made that late game trade right there, right before the game 5, and Fields wasn't happy about it.
Yeah, Fields was not happy about it. That's why I'm all on the black team right now. I will have no bias towards the red team today.
I am on the black team, second baseman for the black team today. So, hoping Caleb Hall can do something right here.
It's in a good count. Just took a cutter. I think fastball or cutter's coming again, so just find something to shoot at the middle.
2-1.
Went fastball in, and they gave him the spot this time.
I'm going to be honest. I had this umpire in high school, and he has a wide zone, a very wide zone. Jackson Edwards, the starting pitcher, when Blue Ridge played Lawrence, he was the field umpire for that game.
Oh, really?
When I played Jackson Edwards.
Is he a talker? Does he talk with you?
No, sir. Did not talk to me when I played shortstop for the Blue Ridge Tigers. Was not a talker.
You're at shortstop, huh?
Yes, sir. And Hall.
So
one off.
He seems like quite the talker today. He's been a good time back there, talking to both teams. I've enjoyed him so far.
He has not said a word to me in my 2 at-bats, but
he's letting you focus, as you should.
It's very true. 3-2. And did he go?
I have a feeling
Landon Shaw says no. Yeah, Landon Shaw drafted by the black team.
No bias up here, though.
No bias from Mr. Shaw. Just playing with integrity.
He has the most integrity on this team, I believe.
I believe so. Now stepping up to the plate, number 21, center fielder Colin Fowler. Fowler had a chance to rob a home run in center field previous half of the inning there, and just missed it.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him try to lay down a bunt here.
I wouldn't either. Yep, there it is.
Oh, wow. Early. Way too early,
and,
but.
And Hall's got it. Cash has a hose, though.
Cash has a hose, but Hall did not hesitate once he saw it pop out. Now I got to run her scoring position, see what he does now. I still think he might try to bunt.
I agree. Got Deerdorf on deck right here. I think it'd be a great time to lay one down. Give Deerdorf, he can get a cheap hit here, get something going with 2 outs. John Mike behind him.
What did Fowler do his first at bat?
Fowler struck out his first at bat. That is actually the at bat that Zara got hurt on. And Fowler looking to do damage right here, I believe.
Down in the 0-2 hole again now. So let's see if he finds a way to put the bat on the ball.
Yeah, he did. The 0-2 Fowler right here.
What do you got coming here, Bryce?
I think Fields might go change up right here.
Change up to a righty-righty.
Righty in. He might go breaking ball. Fowler's been swinging through these breaking balls. As
Cutter, I think.
Cutter.
84 cutter. Kind of got around it, a little loopy.
Fields' cutters normally, it was 88 in the World Series, 88 to 90. Great cutter.
His curveball has been the pitch of death this fall. I wish he would throw it a little bit more. I think he might be throwing it right about here.
His curveball is very good, very loopy. and Colin Fowler gets smoked in the face.
I don't know why we're laughing. I mean, we're going to make sure he's okay.
Oh,
Now we can.
He bangs his helmet, and he is fired up, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, Colin Fowler.
3 concussions on that one play. 1 by the ball, 2 by himself.
But I tell you what, Colin Fowler was looking for any way on base right there, and he's a great team guy.
Here comes Red manager Jake Monroe.
Jake Monroe, Reese Fields was named manager, and I believe that he's given the title to Jake Monroe here. Dill, what are your thoughts on that?
You know, some people just aren't built for it, and I think Reese Fields is one of those people. And Reese is on my bad list today. I had a chance for pitch for the black team. I was looking forward to it, and Reese just didn't think it was fair.
And Reese Fields is out of the game, and that would be 4 runs. I believe 4 earned runs right there for Fields. And his day is done. The top of the 4th as he went 3 1/3. As now entering to pitch, number 32, Sahil Patel, the young freshman from Georgia.
Yep, we'll have numbers for him and see if the black team can scratch something here. We'll be right back.
And we're back. Bryce Roddy, Hunter Dilworth. Bryce Roddy, second baseman for the black team, alongside with assistant coach Hunter Dilworth.
I am Hunter Dilworth.
As Sahil Patel is in the game for the red squad, but Patel's had a good fall so far. I mean, struggled early, but now it's really starting to find his groove. Dylan, thoughts on that?
Yeah, we made some mechanic changes. He's starting his hands a little low, and it wasn't real consistent early on. Now we got the hands a little higher. It's kind of making everything a little bit sharper, cut her a little bit better, and he's been a lot better, I think. Let's see how he does against old Carter Deerdorf from Inspiration Academy down in Florida. Been really, really good all fall, so this will be a good matchup. Good time for black team to find the gap, maybe.
Yeah, let's see if Deerdorf can do something here. Deerdorf looking to do damage early this Fall World Series. You know, he told me he started to change his mindset, looking to, attack early in the box. And right there, I mean, I think he was planning on doing so. I mean, it's just like that pitch fooled him.
Good pitch down in the end. Usually lefties like it there. And he did go on that breaking ball from Sahil.
Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Bryson Dyson, our assistant coach, Troy Dyson's son. I've just got info that he has been raking in the Lexington Fall League down in there in Columbia, South Carolina. Shout out to him as Deerdorf slings this one into the 3-4 hole. Hall rounding third. And Colin Fowler's going 2.
Uh-oh.
Colin Fowler play at the plate. Jack's cash. And Colin Fowler's out.
No third base coach. Dawson Taylor has been over there and has been doing a great job.
Colin Fowler is angry. I mean,
yeah, not the time to go right there. I mean, 1 out, you'll be on second and third. 1 out, down.
Still hurting from his head injury, maybe. I mean, just maybe we need to send him into the concussion protocol. I'm not really sure. Is that
But good
two
at bat.
outs?
Good at bat there by
Right
Deerdorf,
there.
down 0-2. Found the barrel. Got a double out of
Great
it.
at bat by Deerdorf.
Now, I've already seen what John Mike could do. His last at bat yesterday, he hit one pretty far. Today,
Another one pretty far.
another one pretty far. Off of Reese Fields through a cutter that just did not cut enough, and John Mike made him pay. Let's see what he can do this time.
It's 2-0, I believe. Scoreboard is not working right now.
Oh, they must have
There it
heard
is. Updated it.
you. They must have heard you, right?
Must have heard me. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be my last batter as I will be due up. I'll be in the hole after this John Michael Fail at bat, and Fail swings on an inside fastball. 2-1.
I like to see Sahil challenge him right here. Got 4 runs to play with. Worst thing you can do is make it 9-7. Might as well go right at him, because you know who's on deck? Someone that eats lefties for lunch.
And but I mean, yeah, you're right. But Pat Monte's struggling with a hand injury right now. He's got hit in the hand previous at bat. Hopefully he's okay. And Patel, don't know where that missed.
It's a little up, a little up.
Just, ladies and gentlemen, we are
Catcher
not being biased in the box, the press box up here, even though I'm on the black team.
Me too.
The 3-1 to Fail. And this ball is foul.
Straight back.
Son up here in the press box had me fooled. And that's just how much confidence we as a team have in John Michael Fail. Fail, not the power numbers he wanted this fall, but Fall World Series is really came up with the power numbers. 2 home runs.
He knows when to turn the switch, and he's definitely flipped the switch this time.
3-2.
Got a fake by Sahil right there, so that's 1. If he does it again, it will be an automatic ball, which we saw yesterday for the first time all fall. The new rule in 2023. Not sure if this umpire knows that. I forgot his name right now.
I don't believe he does. So he's a high school umpire. A 3-2 and ball 4. And all right, John Michael Fail reaches, and I'm going to give the headset back to assistant coach Trey Dyson. Trey, thank you for everything you've done for us this year, and thank you for having me.
Bryce Roddy, thank you, sir. That was Bryce Roddy on the call, and Trey Dyson, the assistant coach, will try to bring some semblance of professionalism back into this broadcast. That being said, we love Bryce Roddy. He did a great job, and he is fired up to give Team Black back in this game. And just unfortunate base running for Team Black in this inning. No third base coach once again, Hunter Dilworth.
You know, as he's over there now, he was about 45 seconds too late getting out there today. As we're going to have a runner for John Mike with 2 outs, so we don't have to slow the game down too much between innings. That'll be Maddox Smith, number 9, freshman lefty outfielder. Pretty good wheels. See if we can see him run a little bit on ball in the gap.
Runners on first and second here. Team Black has made it a 9-5 ball game. Sahil Patel, the lefty on the mound for Team Red. And a big spot here for Team Red. Pat Monteith, a dangerous Pat Monteith at the plate.
You don't see Pat show emotion too much in the box, but he's had a few questionable calls against him.
His first at bat, certainly a questionable call with 2 strikes. That being said, his last at bat, as he gets one to hit here and hits it hard into center field, Pat Monteith knew it off the bat, and he and Jax Cash are having words. So far, this series has been very amicable, very competitive, but also very respectful. And Pat Monteith, Hunter Dilworth, you called it. John Michael Fail was hitting, and you mentioned the Pat Monteith, the type of player he is, destroys left-handers. That ball, the hardest hit ball he has hit this fall. We will try to get you StatCast TrackMan numbers on that later.
Pulling it up now. I'll give you just a second.
We have to do a bit of kind of behind-the-scenes stuff to get that data, but we will do it. And what a hit, Dilworth, for Pat Monteith.
Look, I think he might have knew he got it. I'm not sure, but I think he might have knew he got it. I love seeing it out here right now. Maybe a little too much for in the season.
You don't really see him ever do that.
You don't. He puts his head down and gets around. He just likes to be with his boys in the dugout, so he gets around the bases quick. But this time he made sure to take his time on that one. I don't know if the umpire had something to do with that on the tough strike zone. Maybe a hair.
Yeah, possibly. But I was going to say his second at bat, he ended up, I think, walking or get hit by a pitch. But there was a questionable call that the umpire did call a ball that I thought he could have gotten rung up on a second at bat. Anyways, just trying to keep things fair up here.
I'm actually really confused right now about the score. I'm not sure what the score is.
I think it is.
I thought it was 9-8 now. I'm not.
I think it's 9-8, but we'll get back. Girardi, another hard hit ball out to third base. Jake Sears up with it, fires across, but it's not going to be in time. Jake Girardi 2 for 2 on the day. That one has got to be most likely scored an error, but another hard hit ball for Jake Girardi. Jake Girardi, he came into the fall having good at bats, or came into this World Series having good at bats. He struggled a little bit, and I think today his approach, instead of trying to be a perfect hitter, trying to hit balls like the right center, he said, let's forget that idea. Let's just start yanking balls hard down to the left side, and it's paid off for him today.
Yeah, for sure. Me and him actually talked today while he was hitting BP. I was behind the cage with him, and he was wondering what he's doing different. And I just thought he wasn't really hitting it where it was pitched. He was going in with an idea, but sometimes your idea is not going to play out how you want it to.
Exactly.
And he started reacting to some pitches, hit one up the middle, and now he's pulled 2 balls. And that one was an error, unfortunately, but the first one, single, double, right down the line.
Yeah. It's good to see him hitting the ball. And
it fires the team up when he's on base, too, when he's up to bat.
You know what? He's a great base runner. Should I say great? I think he's great. He goes first to third. He steals second base pretty well. Bryce Roddy, who was calling the action here earlier this inning, is now in the batter's box. A tough matchup. Roddy has been called out by some teammates of his about hitting left-handed pitchers. I think he certainly struggled against left-handers, but his approach has gotten way better over the past 2 weeks. We've said it once, we've said it 100 times. The kid leads the Crusaders in home runs this fall. Dilworth, I know you are high on him as a player as well.
Yeah, Bryce, you know what you're going to get every day. He's going to give it his absolute all, and maybe even a little more than that. He fouls that one off down the line.
He's just a little off right now, but one thing I always say about Roddy, you never give up on Roddy.
He could be 0-2 real quick in a blink of an eye, looking like he has no chance, and then somehow, some way he'll fight back, even the count, and somehow just poke a ball to the left center gap or even hit a home run. It's crazy.
This one is hit really hard into right center field. Kaminsky cuts it off, but Roddy with a huge turnout there. Vasquez, if he would have fielded that one cleanly, I think he might have had a chance as Bryce Roddy got sniped out there by the turf monster.
I hope we have a replay of that one at first base after the turn, because that could be, if we can somehow clip this and make it out tomorrow on the banquet, it will have a good chuckle from it.
Yeah, well, Dilworth, maybe you can get on that. Will Cahaley manning the controls back in the truck. Here we see, I don't know if we're going to get it. AK does a nice job cutting it off with Roddy with a huge turn. Short hops Vasquez, and here goes Roddy. And Roddy just
Army crawl.
He is trying to get back. He's fired up, though, to get a hit. So from the booth to the box.
To first base.
So you know what he's going to do now. He's going to want to come up here and start calling the action now the rest of the way, probably.
Oh, yeah. But here's Odom, another young freshman lefty. Let's see what he can do.
Nice stop back there for Jax Cash. Jax Cash having a big game for Team Red.
Yes. Still a few issues on the scoreboard. We're figuring it out. And I think
it's 9-8. We are in the
over-under for this game was set at 43. So we're on pace.
Well, that being said, Team Black's got Chewy to throw today. He's a big-time arm. Team Red had Reese Fields as well as Nate Roof two big-time arms. And Sahil Patel's got all the confidence in the world in this kid, but he is getting hit around here a little bit.
Yep, just needs one more out, and then we'll get to the middle half of the game, and we'll see what – that's going to be the – we're going to see who wins the game by these next couple innings, I think.
We got to get Pat Monteith in the booth. I mean, if Roddy can go down there and do what he did, Monteith – he's not a guy that likes to go into the booth, but we need to get some clarification as Kyler Odom hits one right back through the middle. Team Black has made this comeback complete, and we are 9-9 after Team Red throws up 7 in the bottom half as the scoreboard goes dark again.
Too many runs, just
a lot of runs here, folks. And if you love baseball like we do, I don't care if we're here till midnight or past Hunter Dilworth. We are in for a treat here as this Game 5 is shaping up to be an absolute classic.
Yeah, and people don't really know this, but me and Trey, we like to get to bed at a decent hour, usually about 8:30, 9 o'clock every night. And we're up about 7:30 in the morning here at 8 o'clock in the gym, getting a quick lift in. So,
yeah, so that might throw some wrench in those plans, Dilworth, but you know what? Anything for the sake of the program. And if you are listening at home, we thank you. You can send us a tweet at NGU Baseball if you would like any questions answered, or we'll do our best to do that.
Or shout-outs, anything.
Any shout-outs, we would love to give them to you. We are here for the program and for the fans. This is D2 baseball at its finest, but trust me, folks, we could smoke our fair share of Division I countries anywhere in the country. We have a group of young men that work extremely hard. A lot of them were overlooked. A lot of them just flat out wanted to come to North Greenville to be a part of a special program. And we've got some of the best baseball players in the Southeast. They are right here in Tigerville. So we are glad to bring it to you at NGU Baseball on Twitter. If you would like to at us with any questions, or if you'd like to see a player interview that we have not had up here, we will do our best to make that happen.
Twitter is actually pretty slow right now. We don't have videos.
Yeah, well,
our video man must be doing something crazy right now up in the booth or something.
You know, try to keep it live on Twitter. Try to keep the public as up to date on this program as we can. Today, Coach Dyson is in the booth alongside a friend and pitching coach, Hunter Dilworth.
But more so a friend.
Fireworks here as it's 9-9. Miles Daniels is going to make a mound visit for Team Red. Does that mean that Reese Fields and Jake Monroe are handing off managerial duties?
This is probably the 4th different player/coach to make a mound visit for Red Team this series.
Well, I'll tell you what, Caleb Hall is coming up in a big spot here for Team Black. We've talked about Caleb Hall. He's taking some warm-up swings. We've talked about him having all the tools in the world, and he does. But his fall has not gone the way he has wanted it to. He crushes balls in batting practice. Good little matchup for him right here. And he's a guy who's not afraid to hit a ball hard.
See how Sahil handles the bases loaded. If he can get out of this with a tie ball game, anything can happen. Oh, as he's...
Uh-oh. Let's hope he is okay.
He might have done the same thing.
He has had some... knee issues this fall. And he has
come out.
He has worked extremely hard. He wanted to be a part of this Fall World Series so bad.
That was about the same way it happened earlier. I don't know if that's how it originally happened last year when he got hurt, but I think his knee kind of pops out of socket when he takes a weird little body take like that or something. I don't know what you exactly call that.
Well,
but it buckles up on him and it.
He's not the tallest guy in the world, but he generates a ton of bat speed with that body, and he puts a lot of stress on that back leg, because he knows how to hit, he knows how to generate power, and He's had some issues with that, but he knows how to bounce back from it. So last game of the fall, he'll have plenty of time to recover. We have high hopes for Caleb Hall. And
Maddox Smith coming off the bench.
Certainly unfortunate there for Caleb Hall, but we will update you on his status later on as Maddox Smith. What's his nickname, Dilly?
Nails. That's Josh Center gave him that nickname. Not real sure where it originated from, but
oh, that pains me to hear you say that. But I mean, do you know who the original Nails was?
I do not actually.
Okay.
I doubt Josh Center does either.
Okay. Well, Nails, the original Nails, Lenny Dykstra back in the day. When I was a kid, that was his nickname. Mets and Phillies just used to kill the Braves back before the Braves made their jump.
You know who does not kill the Braves? That would be the Mets, and just an unfortunate collapse by them. I hope Zach Zara's mom is listening right now. She's a big Mets fan. Actually went to New York with them to a Braves-Mets series, and
that's right.
The Mets got the better of the Braves that game, but they might have won the battle, but neither team really won the war.
Yeah, that's right.
It's always better to be an Atlanta fan than New York.
Oh, 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that as Maddox Smith looking to make an impact here for Team Black. Came in a tough situation. Jax Cash cannot locate the ball, and Kyler Odom was going all the way there, and an errant throw from Cash to Patel, who was covering home. That is going to be 2 runs, and we don't like to see that kind of stuff here as coaches, but nonetheless, Team Black with some aggressive base running scores 2 on that wild pitch. Kyler Odom scoring all the way from second base. Dilworth did Evan Loescher out there. Who's that at third base?
That is Evan Loescher.
Evan Loescher, the third base. We get a look at it again with the replay here. Odom would have been toast at the plate. And what's your thoughts on that? I mean, 2 outs, pretty good call, yeah?
I don't
left
hate it.
matchup.
Ball up. I don't. That was up. I don't hate it. We might have some professional style hitters out here that can really mash some baseballs and put up some good at bats. But this is one heck of a little league game. It seems like we're watching right now.
Yes, not the finest moment for the Crusaders here, as this game has
back-to-back 7 spots.
Back-to-back 7 spots. That being said, there really hasn't been that bad of defense. I will say during Jackson Edwards' third inning, there was a ball into left center field that I thought 100% should have been caught. Josh Williams hit the ball hard, but Deerdorf and Colin Fowler.
Just slight miscommunication there, and it led to another couple runs that the top of this past inning. Top of this past inning, correct? Yeah.
Yep. It's been a long last.
As here comes Nate Roof back from the flu? Question mark? I'm not sure what exactly it was, but we have Okay. Maybe we should go to break for a second, Trey.
Yes, we should. We are going to go to a break for a second as Landon Powell is going to convene his team out in short center field. As coaches, we are going to join that talk, and we will be back to bring you the action when we resume, if we resume here in Tigerville. Stay tuned. Welcome back into the broadcast, folks. Landon Powell, the National Coach of the Year from a year ago. If there's one thing about Landon Powell, I'll say this till I'm blue in the face. He has got a tremendous pulse on the overall state of the program. He did not like the way things were going here in this scrimmage, and he went down, addressed his team, which, he does not do often, because most of the time we don't have to do that type of stuff often. But, he does a great job, and typically from those speeches are some defining moments and stuff that we draw upon the rest of the way, as that happened 3 or 4 times a year ago, and this fall it has happened a couple times. We pride ourselves on being authentic and showing people some of the bad stuff that happens from time to time, but overall that's what makes him such a great coach, and look to see some sharper play here the rest of the way as Nate Roof has entered the game for Team Red. Fowler finds a barrel, but that's going to go right out to Corey Bivens at shortstop, who flips it to Jalen Vasquez. Team Red is out of the inning, but not before Team Black storms back in this game, scoring 7 runs, and now they lead as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, 11-9. Stay with us, folks. And some breaking news here in Tigerville. It is 11-9. Team Black leads it, and due to some maybe some running out of pitching here, this game was scheduled for 9 innings. It will now be reduced to a 7-inning game. Caleb Cox, back on the mound for Team Black, pours in a strike to Brody Fowler. It's been a back-and-forth series. This is Game 5. Every game has been down to the wire here. John Mike, team captain, the catcher with that block right there, drafted his team for Team Black alongside just an incredible pitcher. I want to call him an All-American, Noah Takis, who's also a captain for Team Black. He did not win really any awards last year, which was a travesty. But he is certainly an All-American caliber pitcher. He and John Michael Fell drafted this Black squad. They felt good about it. On the other side for Team Red, Corey Bivens and Reese Fields drafted their squad. They felt good about it, and both teams have been evenly matched, and it has been one heck of a fall World Series so far.
Yeah, so I said this last inning, after a 7 spot, you want to come in and attack. That's what you want to do again. Let's see if he does it. And we got a walk. There's things you don't like to see,
Yes, indeed. I'll tell you what, the strikeouts for our hitters have been up, which means obviously the strikeouts for the pitchers have been up, but the walks have been way up this fall. And overall, from fall to fall, just to give the folks at home a comparison, the national championship team a year ago, this offense has outperformed that offense from a year ago.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of that, though, really has come down to this Fall World Series as hitting has really turned up here lately. Darian Whitaker with a smart play there. I think Caleb Cox might have had a chance at Brody Fowler there. But Whitaker does a great job for Team Red. And look at Whitaker. That's good to see. He's got some pep in his step. Good to see Darian Whitaker happy for doing a job right there. He is looking to do some big things for the Crusaders this year, as well as the guy coming to the plate right now. University of South Carolina transfer middle infielder Jalen Vasquez, who went big fly.
Big fly. It went 445 feet earlier in right center gap. Just off the bat, you could tell it was gone.
Yep, and guys, we do sometimes get inflated numbers from our track man from time to time, but the area is a bit thinner up here in the mountains, and we do have some good, powerful hitters on this team. Jalen Vasquez smoked it in his last at bat. Brody Fowler dancing out at second. Late call right there. Time. You'd never like to see that.
I do like to see that from Brody Fowler, though. I like making him think a little bit. As soon as he looks back to the plate, take a little extra step. Mike can time it up and get you a good jump.
Well, yeah, especially with one out, you're going to have to get a great jump if you want to score right there from second.
Correct. And you never know. Pitchers are sometimes dumb. Make them think a little extra. Might throw a ball. Might throw two balls.
Jalen Vasquez sits in there. This one up and in. And, Dilly, you're right. Caleb Cox, his team gives him the lead. You want to see the young freshman kind of do what he's been doing this fall. Just pound the zone. Had a great outing in Game 3, which was Team Black's first win. As Jalen Vasquez, he does it again, folks. This ball was absolutely blasted deep to right field. That left-on-left matchup, Vasquez handles lefties well. And just like that, Team Red ties it back up. Jalen Vasquez, his second big bomb here today.
All right, so if you're Caleb Cox here, you got to flush it, get right back in there. I'd like to see strike one here and just start to take over this game. I would love to see a little bit of pitching, do a little bit of something besides getting a little bit of whiplash and asking for a new ball.
There you see it right there, folks. The replay from Jalen Vasquez. Vasquez has been relatively quiet this Fall World Series. He has had a big fall, though. He's walked a ton. He had a great summer. Very talented player from Fort Dorchester High School alongside Pat Monteith, who was also from Fort Dorchester. Vasquez is now tied the team lead in home runs this fall with 5.
How about that? And speaking of Pat Monteith, give a little shout out to his mother, Louise Monteith. She is listening. She said something about putting number 5 on the mound. That would be a sight to see, and I would not doubt he could do it, and I bet he's wanting to do it after all this pitching today you've seen.
Yeah, Pat Monteith, a super competitive kid, and shout out to Louise as well, a big-time supporter of the program, and we are thankful to have her son here in Tigerville. Pat he just loves playing. He loves playing baseball. He's out at shortstop. And that's not his position, folks, but he can really play anywhere on the field. He's played an outstanding shortstop in this Fall World Series.
He really has. He really has.
He has caught for us this fall. His natural position really is third base. I mean, he's been a great third baseman. He was a national championship third baseman. Caleb Cox does exactly what Hunter Dilworth wanted him to do. Gets right back at it, retiring Josh Williams with the swing and miss. So one down here in the bottom of the 4th. Once again, folks, this is going to be a 7-inning game. But we just love Monteith. He is a coach's dream. And we thank his mother for tuning into the broadcast. That'll bring up Corey Bivens.
I just knew Corey was going to swing early right there. Last at bat for Corey in Game 3 against Caleb Cox. I think Caleb threw the 3 best changeups of his life, and Corey Bivens was left speechless and in a little twirl after swinging through 3 of them.
Well, that might explain why he was jammed on that fastball.
That's why he was.
All right, well, then if you're Corey, you got to sit slow here.
You got to sit slow.
You've got to sit slow, try to drive something the other way. If he throws you fastballs here, tip your cap, but look for something off speed.
There's something off speed.
That was something off speed.
That was something off speed.
A little perplexed, right? Corey Bivens, what a phenomenal kid this kid is. He will do some things on the field that will scratch your head from time to time, but he is a great ball player.
Try to get back to the changeup right there. Just left it out.
And just an outstanding shortstop on the national championship squad a year ago. He has been commissioned as a lieutenant in the Army as he gets one and hits one, a chopper. This is when I start not being able to see quite as well, Dilworth.
Yeah, I was going to ask you to pull those shades down just a hair. There. We might lose some pop-ups here, but we can now see through the sun.
And also a big shout out to Coach Landon Powell's father. Ron Powell is listening to the broadcast. Big supporter, obviously, of his son and this North Greenville program. I've known him for a long time. As Corey Bivens smokes another one into left field for a good hard hit. Bivens destroys lefties, and that hot hitting continues for him. But Ron Powell, a big, big influence in head coach Landon Powell's life. Just always made kind of the right moves for Landon growing up. Was an umpire, has been around the game for a long time. We thank you, Mr. Powell, for joining the broadcast, or for listening to the broadcast, and we look forward to seeing you at the ballpark one day soon. Can AK do something? His parents are here. Dilworth. Andrew Kaminsky in the box. Taken up and away. Kaminsky, 2 home runs this Fall World Series. Missed the majority of the fall with a knee injury. He is back now, getting a little bit stronger every day. His family up from Florida for the banquet tomorrow night. Big spot for Kaminsky. And a great changeup right there from Caleb Cox.
Yeah, that pitch plays right there for sure. Just got to be a little more consistent with it.
Normally a great curveball for Caleb Cox. Usually his best pitch, but the other day he didn't. He kind of lost the feel for it, and I haven't seen many here today. Good swing right there from AK. What was that?
Felt like it might have been another changeup that just kind of floated, didn't really drop below the zone, kind of stayed in the zone a little too long.
It did.
Got away with one there.
AK missed it, but I'll tell you what, with AK, this is why I like AK as a hitter. You see guys, even on those hangers, swing through them. AK typically can hit all pitches to all fields. Very talented hitter. I honestly think that was that a fastball?
I really couldn't tell on that one either.
Well, whatever it was, if it was in the zone, I think it would have froze AK right there.
Yep.
Nonetheless, it's a ball. It is a 2-2 count. Caleb Cox trying to get out of this inning. Corey Bivens on first base. Out of the zone.
All right, payoff pitch. Corey will be running, find a gap, and red team will be back on top. See if the young freshman can get the veteran Kaminsky.
2 down here. Bivens on the move. Here comes the pitch out of the zone. AK Andrew Kaminsky gets on base again here, and the pitching woes continue for North Greenville. We have had some spurts this fall where the pitchers have been absolutely dominant. Right now, the hitters are besting the pitchers in this Fall World Series. And if you are Team Red, is there anyone more that you would like to have at the plate right now than Jax Cash?
I mean,
maybe Jalen Vasquez.
Maybe Jalen Vasquez. But Jack's definitely seeing the ball well right now. He's been peppering that left center gap all day.
Jax Cash has made a stance adjustment early this fall, or really towards the middle of the fall. He has lowered his hands, and to me, I love the look. We talk about it a lot. Talk about his approach. Landon Powell's always working with him on his approach as well, but He is locked in right now. And a good matchup here against the left-hander Cox. Late call. Once again, it was granted to the hitter.
Got Joe Cash in the stands, future Satyr over there. Jack's little brother from Spartanburg High. Got a couple Spartanburg High kids coming this next August. Changeup stays away again.
Yeah, Jax told me to make sure I give a shout out to his mom and dad, his dad Josh, his mother Jamie, Joe, as you mentioned, and JD, another brother. His advice for young kids that he wanted to make sure was passed out to the world was to swing hard in case you might hit it. And so far he has swung hard today, and he has been rewarded. A double, a home run, a base hit in his first at bat, 3 for 3 here today. Looking to do some damage here. Gets another pitch to hit right there, but fouls it off. I don't know. I think Caleb Cox, he had a great outing just a couple days ago. I guess, would that be considered short rest for him, maybe?
Yeah, a little bit. Nothing he can't handle. He's definitely strong, and he wanted the ball and just not sharp right now.
Yeah,
that's a good changeup.
Right there, but Jax Cash, the hot hitting continues as he hits it down the line. Deardorff way in left center on that.
No tag.
But the throw was there, but Andrew Kaminsky slides in safely. Our on-the-field umpire right there
would love to get a replay here.
Is Landon Shaw. And folks, Landon Shaw, he probably nicked them somewhere along the way, but you can see maybe why Landon Shaw might have thought that was a no tag. And there has been an overruled here in Tigerville as they made a quick replay review, and it did appear that Roddy tagged him. The call has been overturned. Andrew Kaminsky is out.
He cannot believe it.
But I do believe that run does count.
Run does count.
That run does count for Team Red. Jax Cash, his 4th hit of the game.
4th hit, what, 6th, 7th RBI?
His 4th hit of the game gives Team Red a lead. It is now 12 to 11 as we head down the stretch here in Tigerville. We will be right back. fighting for your team. But right there, the run clearly scored. That is excellent, excellent footage there. And once again, just a big shout out to our sports information director, Alan Cahaley, and his brother, Will Cahaley. Folks, this is fall baseball. Typically, these things do not get broadcast, and they have gone out of their way to really try to bring you guys and all the players' families associated with North Greenville the best broadcast we can do. So we hope you guys are enjoying it. Please continue to tweet us at North Greenville. And folks, for Team Red, we have another representative, and you guys are in for a treat. It is none other than the Nightmare himself. Mike Rodriguez has entered the booth. Mike, go ahead and put those headphones on. How you doing, man?
How are you, Dice?
Good. Mike Rodriguez, as Nate Roof begins some more work for him. But, folks, Mike Rodriguez has earned the nickname The Nightmare, which you're a fan of, right?
Yes, sir. I love it.
You've had a tremendous fall. Why don't you kind of tell everyone kind of your journey on how you kind of got to the point where you're at today with your abilities?
So my freshman year of college, I was struggling with UCL problems, and I decided to get into the gym, gain some weight. I was a super skinny kid, weighing like 185, got into the gym, started eating more, and then I learned about pitching mechanics from like Driveline and other stuff like that, and Cressy and a bunch of those big places, and that kind of taught me how to like learn my body and like how to like move properly and more efficiently. And of course, it didn't happen overnight. It was over 3 years. And as I kept trying more, and as I kept trying, I, learned how to pitch.
Deerdorf smokes another one. I told him to pull the ball, and he finally listened to me. That's 2 consecutive hits for Carter Deerdorf. This time it's a double, and Team Black looking to answer once again here. Go ahead, Mike.
And I just learned how to pitch my sophomore year of college, and then I had Tommy John surgery, and that gave me a whole year just to focus on my craft and get better. And I really dialed it in over the summer, and that kind of helped me learn how to be me.
Yeah, and maybe talk about the injury and the bounce back from that and how that's been for you.
I had Tommy John April of 2021. Got my first outing March against Bluefield State, and came back. My first outing hit 91, and then struggled with velo because I hadn't really done the baseball that hard in a while. And I mean, I knew it's a very mentally tough year, knowing that I'm a lot better than what I was at the time. So it's more like mentally battle and like know that I can always come back and get better the next day.
Well, you had some great. I know you weren't throwing as hard as you are now, folks. He has been. I think you were up to 94 this summer.
Yesterday.
You were 94 yesterday.
Yep,
wow.
193, top 94.
Okay, wow. So that's a personal best here at least at North Greenville.
Yes, sir.
I think you hit that maybe this summer.
Yep.
And it's not a easy 94. You can't really see it that well. You have struck out. I believe now we're up to 38 guys in 15 innings, or 14 innings.
Yep, that's about right.
Yesterday, talk about the guy at the plate. He got the best of you yesterday. And that was an exciting game. I know you didn't like to be on the losing end, but
honestly, I absolutely love facing him. He always, helps me get a little bit more competitive. He's one of the best hitters in the country, in my opinion. And I mean, the entire spring I faced him, and he was always sitting on curveballs. So I came this fall. I was like, let me try to, blow it by him a little bit. And eventually, after seeing me 6 times, he finally caught up to it and got his hands on one.
Yeah, he is just a really good hitter. I can't see where that ball is.
Scoreboard.
Did he just? What was that ball in the air?
Yeah.
And did it go over Josh Williams' head out there?
Yeah, bounced over like in front of him, went over him.
Oh, okay. So just another base hit for John Michael Field. He continues to hit. And yesterday, folks, big Mike Rodriguez. You came in. I was not a fan of when you came in that game. I thought you should have started that inning. That being said, I know that you guys there's certain amounts that y'all have to pitch and stuff. So, but you came in and you have been just absolutely dominant all fall long. And you had runners on first and second.
Yep.
And just old Johnny Mike came up with a couple runners on, 2 outs, and just what a great matchup for college baseball.
Yeah, so that AB, I was thinking fastball inside. He watched the first one, and I was like, all right, let me do it again, get it a little bit more inside. And that one ran a bit more than the previous one, and he just got his hands through the zone and just hit straight barrel.
Well, it was quite a moment here. Team Black tied up the series. Your first outing in this Fall World Series was in Game 1, which was a great game. You and Big Dawson Taylor, another flame-throwing lefty. He's been in the booth a couple times, and y'all were going back and forth, both really dominant. I know you got to be excited to see what guys like yourself, Dawson Taylor, Matthew Taubensee, power arm lefties can do this year for the Crusaders.
I'm actually excited for it. I mean, we're all really good pitchers. We all are like very unique in our own ways. I mean, I'm super excited for it.
Yes, Crusader faithful, you are in for a treat. Y'all have got to come out to watch some games. We have great players up and down the lineup. I was telling folks on the broadcast earlier, we got guys that can win right now at any program in the country, including in all levels of baseball. I truly believe that. This kid right here, Pat Monteith, going into his junior season, big home run last at bat. This time he hits it hard into the 6 hole. It's going to be another base hit for playoff Patty. Pat Monteith, Mike, I know you already know this, but I'm going to reiterate it. In his first 2 seasons at North Greenville, 13 career postseason home runs.
That's unreal.
That's how he's, earned that. And the best thing about Pat is, me and Pat, we got a great relationship. We work a lot together. And he told me heading into the conference tournament last year, he goes, "Don't worry about me, Dyson. My name is Playoff Patty." And ever since that day, he has not stopped hitting in the postseason. Jake Girardi having a good day here. And they are able to turn a double play there. Folks, my eyes are, the sun is in my eyes, but that was a double play. John Mike does score, but 2 big outs there for Nate Roof. Okay, talk about kind of, your goals for this season. Big congrats to you. You're going to the Cape. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Looking for big things this year as well as this summer.
So my goal is obviously, I never started closing or being a bullpen guy until literally 2 months ago. So I'm trying to get used to coming out the pen. I mean, it suits me a lot better. I feel like I'm a lot more relaxed. I'm not as tensed up as a starter. Plus, I have a lot of power stuff, I would say, to be a good closer. But really, I just want to.
Roddy flies one, pops one really high into the air. Jalen Vasquez able to retire Bryce Roddy. But Team Black comes storming back. This has been a crazy Fall World Series. It is Game 5, the deciding game. Team Black retakes the lead 13-12. We are joined by left-handed pitcher Mike Rodriguez, the Nightmare. Continue, please.
I just want to be probably the best closer in my way. For the team, I just want to help the team any way possible. And if that means coming in with 2 guys on base and getting us out of a bad situation, I'll do it. I just want to help the team any way possible.
Yeah, well, I know last year you were a guy that continued to get starts. I know you weren't kind of fully yourself last year. This would be this version of yourself. I think you would consider.
This is me.
Yeah, this is you. But I know that you were frustrated you did not get a chance to pitch in the World Series last year.
Yeah.
And you wanted to, and because you know you could do the job. But it worked out for the team. But I know you were itching to get your name etched into that And welcome back in, folks. Evan Loescher on the mound for Team Black. This has been back and forth all game long, and what else would you expect? As this Fall World Series has been high-level competitive baseball from start to finish. Team Red took the first 2 games of the Fall World Series. Team Black came storming back, winning the last 2, thanks in large part to a bottom-of-the-8th home run by John Michael Fail against our last guest, Mike Rodriguez, the left-handed pitcher, the Nightmare. He was just joined us, did a great job here in the booth. As Freeman inside outs one over to Aiden Dillahay, who kind of just threw it right into the dirt. But Kyler Odom, who's been picking the ball all Fall World Series, has turned into a great first baseman. He has developed a ton over there. Already a good fielder when coming to North Greenville, but he has turned into just a slick fielder over there at first with a lot of confidence. Kyler Odom just doing a bunch of good things for the Crusaders this year. Big first out for Loescher. Team Black retook the lead, and Loescher looking to keep it right here. You hear about shutdown innings in baseball. Well, what does that mean? Well, when your team scores, you want to keep the momentum on your side, and the pitcher's job is really to go out there and give your team a shutdown inning. There has not been much of that in this Fall World Series. However, Evan Loescher was able to do that for his team in the first game of this Fall World Series. Loescher has been hit around some this fall, but looking to end this fall on a high note for Team Black. Looks like the hitters, at least the first 2 right-handed batters, are really respecting that off-speed pitch. So they're catching that fastball a little deep. Freeman caught his a little deep, rolled it out to second base right there. Jake Sears, who's been really hot at the plate, catches that fastball a bit too deep as well. And that's a good-looking pitch from Loescher. That had some late life on it. And Odom unable to come up with this one. Roddy fielded it, but what a play out there. Kyler Odom recovers and makes the play. Or was that, did Dillahay back that play up? I don't know if we've got a replay of that or not, but that was a great pitch by Loescher to induce the chopper over to Roddy at third. Roddy fired it in the dirt over there to Odom, who was unable to pick it up. And no, Odom, or that wasn't Dillahay. Who made that throw? Just a fortunate bounce for Kyler Odom, who was able to pick it up and deliver a strike to Dillahay out there at second base to get Jake Sears. And that brings up Brody Fowler. Fowler, a guy who can tie this game with one swing of the bat. He has hit 2 home runs this fall, 1 to left field, 1 to right field, has power to all parts of the field. Got a great pitch to hit right there and just missed it. Just missed that 2-0 pitch from Loescher. Loescher, 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Painted on the outer half. Now it is 2-2. Evan Loescher attended the same junior college as his friend and current relief pitcher, left-handed pitcher, Matthew Taubensee. Taubensee will be called upon by Team Black to close out this game. Gets jammed. Great job by Evan Loescher over to Pat Monteith. This time we get someone to hit the first baseman in the chest. That was Monteith over to Odom. And Loescher, what a great job for him. Not much pitching here today. Loescher, great inning. Black retains the lead 13-12. 7 inning game. We head to the top of the 6th, and we will be right back. Welcome back in, folks. Trey Dyson, Hunter Dilworth calling the action here as we head down the stretch. Drama here in Tigerville. Once again, the deciding game of the Fall World Series, Game 5. The series is knotted up. Kyler Odom gets this Brody Fowler off-speed pitch, pops it up, and the money man, Jax Cash, makes the play. Brody Fowler on the mound now, relieving Nate Roof and Dilworth. I know you've got to be happy to see a shutdown inning from one of the pitchers here today.
Oh my goodness. Was that the first 1, 2, 3 inning of the day? I'm not real sure, but it definitely seems like it's been a while since that last happened. And now you just got a quick out from Brody Fowler. Fowler about 90-92 with a really good spike curveball and a very, very good changeup. See how he does this inning. Everybody's seeing beach balls right now, it looks like.
And Aiden Dillahay hit a ball hard earlier here today. His confidence is growing with each time in the batter's box. He had the big game-tying RBI in yesterday's game. Started off today's game with a hard-hit double. Good pitch there from Brody Fowler. It looked like Dillahay recognized that, but just swung right through it. But I'll tell you what, Dillahay does look good in the batter's box right now. He's confident. He's feeling good. Tough matchup here, though, with Fowler. 1-2 count. And a great take. Yeah, Brody features a good array of all-speed pitches that he commands pretty well.
Oh, yeah. He's not afraid to throw any of them at any time. That spike curveball you just saw, fastball in.
Great count, or great pitch right there, but once again, it looks like Dillahay's, this is really the best I've seen him in the box this fall. He's confident. That's a pitch that he was having a hard time getting to for most of the fall. Like I said, still a tough matchup, but he looks good in the box. Another healthy cut from Dillahay. Team Black has come storming back in this game, and I don't want to say I called it again, Dilworth, but if you remember, early in that inning, whenever Caleb Cox came on, they had the bases loaded. It was Dillahay hits one hard, gets a barrel on it, hits it hard out to Darian Whitaker out there in center field. Great at bat by Aiden Dillahay, but Brody Fowler gets the out, and now there are 2 quick outs here for Team Red. But going back to that spot, Dilworth, early in this game,
you called it.
It was 9-4.
Yep.
9-4. Team Black. Caleb Cox comes on. No, Team Red was winning. 9-4. Caleb Cox comes on with the bases loaded, facing. I can't remember. Anyways,
I don't remember either. But you called it. If they got out of that inning with no more runs, Black team was gonna come back. If they gave up any more, it was over.
That's kind of the way I felt, but
who knows? At this rate, they could have gave up about 5 more, and it'd be 14-14 instead of where we are now. But good inning so far by Brody. 0-2 pitch.
Yeah, very competitive inning of work right there for Brody Fowler, the young freshman. We have high hopes for him, as well as many other Crusaders on this very talented roster. Folks, we are getting to the nitty-gritty time. The home team, Team Red, looking to make a comeback here once again in the final game of the 2022 Fall World Series. We will be right back. Welcome back in, everyone, to North Greenville University. This is the 2022 Fall World Series here in Tigerville, South Carolina. Your national champion North Greenville Crusaders are finishing up their fall, and this Fall World Series has been won for the ages. Team Black versus Team Red, squared away at 2 games apiece. This game has been back and forth, a ton of offense, tons of home runs. If you like offense, you are in the right place. But a guy who joined us earlier in the booth today, left-handed pitcher Matthew Taubensee, is being called upon by Team Black in the biggest stage of the Fall World Series so far. He is being counted on to throw 2 innings for Team Black to close it out. I am joined alongside Hunter Dilworth, the pitching coach for the North Greenville Crusaders. Dilworth, does Chewy have what it takes to close this thing out?
Yes, I think he does. He has the hottest hitter in America on deck, Jalen Vasquez, who a lefty-lefty matchup does nothing to phase him, apparently. Ooh, coming out firing.
Yeah, I know. That's the one thing I worry about with Chewy. He's been a dominant one-inning guy here this fall, but he's max effort, which, you know, is good. As Darian Whitaker sprays one through the right side, Whitaker, a guy who handles lefties fairly well, is 2 for his last 2 against the very talented Chewy Toppensee, but having to go 2 innings for Chewy, I like him more in a 1-inning role, personally.
Yeah, for sure.
So 2 innings, I think he needs to conserve a little bit. What do you think?
You know, he's used to throwing multiple innings last year, which
that is true.
Which he started a few games, was an opener, and definitely better out of the pen. And I think he's just better not knowing how many innings he's going to go. Not necessarily just being a 1-inning guy. He could be a max effort guy, but he could do it 2 innings. It's just when you know how far you're going, sometimes you're just like trying to get to that finish line instead of just making each pitch at each pitch. But that was a big out right there. So we'll see if he can get. He's got another lefty to work with, so see if he can get that little slider working. And then when the righties come up, we'll see that deathly changeup he has too.
And I love that outside in action, that Mike Rodriguez fastball action. Glove side for Chewy is very tough for right-handed batters to get to. But Jalen Vasquez, that is a big out. Vasquez has been hot. He's got 2 home runs already here today, and they were not cheap, folks. But that right there, you know, Vasquez wishes he could have that one back. Tough matchup, so he was wanting to get a pitch he could hit early. He hit it over to Kyler Odom, who made a good little play there to get keep that tying run out of scoring position. Odom Odom, honestly, MVP defensively. I don't know. Pat's played a great shortstop, but overall, Odom has been excellent for first base.
I like to see Chewy throw over here a couple times. He's got a really good move. I see Jalen bouncing a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes, but I'd like to see a throw over or 2 just to keep him honest. But we will see.
Yeah, we'll see if John Mike is thinking along with you. Matthew Tombetsy has a good move. Jalen Vasquez has been picked off already. There he goes. Josh Williams gets one.
Oh, God.
Gets the barrel to it. Colin Fowler going back to the track and makes another nice play. Josh Williams can't catch a break. He has hit some balls hard here lately. And, Josh Williams, if you get back and watch this broadcast, young man, you are hitting the ball hard, and you got to take positives away. It's a process, but good at-bat there from Josh Williams. 2 quality at-bats from freshmen here late. Aiden Dillahay, the half inning before, I felt had a great at-bat. And right there, Josh Williams, the tough at-bat against a tough lefty, Chewy Toppensee. Now, okay, we were talking about potential MVPs before the game started, Hunter Dilworth.
We were.
This kid's name was mentioned if Team Red does happen to win this game. Here's his opportunity.
Oh.
Head up, Jalen, head up. And, certain guys are good at stealing bases and looking in. Ideally, that's what we want.
Yes.
That time right there, if Jalen Vasquez had a peeked in and saw that, could have gotten to third base, but with 2 outs, it really, honestly, it doesn't matter.
You're already in score position. Now you just got to make your pitches, see if the infield keep the ball in the infield and save a run.
And what kind of protection does Corey Bivens have behind him? First base is open now. Well, none other than Andrew Kaminsky, last year's Fall World Series MVP, is on deck. 3-0 or 2-0 count.
It's back to us.
Is that the 1-0? What's the count?
It was 1-1.
Now it is 1.
Yep.
Now it's 1-1.
Now it's 1-2.
Apologize, folks. Now it is 1-2.
Shout out to the fan helping with the foul ball.
Yes, we've had a decent crowd on hand for this Fall World Series. We got over 600 today in total attendance throughout the fall. Pretty good little crowd here. I mean, not today, but in total.
No, I got you. There's been a couple. I was like, are we playing a regional right now?
It's been exciting. Corey Bivens does a nice job staying alive. Good change up there. Good change up right there. Corey Bivens not afraid to hit that inside fastball. To me, I love when Chewy gets glove side.
Oh, yeah.
That being said,
tough. After that change up, too, you got him diving. I would love to see it right here. White line. If it's a ball, it's a ball. If you hit him, you hit him. Don't want to hurt him, but I think that's how you're going to get him out right here.
I don't know. Corey B is not afraid to hit that inside pitch. We shall see. It is a 1-2 count. Bivens takes this one high, and Bivens knows how to perform in the clutch. Big moments last year. Huge hit against Francis Marion in Tigerville to tie that game in the 9th inning.
Yeah.
Already one walk-off here today. Team Red is the home team. It is the bottom of the 6th. Tough pitch to lay off of there. We've seen lots of Crusaders offering at that pitch from Chewy this fall.
Yeah, that was a great take right there. He was looking for something up. Didn't start up, so easy spit for him. Full count. Prediction?
Well, first base is open, so if I'm Chewy, I'm not giving in. I might try. Corey will swing at a high fastball. I would not give in here. I would not be afraid to throw a pitch out of the zone if I'm Chewy Toppin.
He's going in. Does he hit the spot? He does.
He does, and he hits it perfectly. Hunter Dilworth, you called it. A great glove side fastball to freeze the All-American hero, a kid who has played so great in this Fall World Series. Corey Bivens strikes out. In the bottom of the 6th, we are going to head to the last and final inning of this Fall World Series. Everything is on the line. We will be back right after this. Welcome back in, everyone, to North Greenville University. This is assistant coach Trey Dyson calling all the action, along with the pitching coach Hunter Dilworth. It is the Fall World Series. We are in the last inning. Everything is on the line as Team Red, the home team, trails by 1. We head to the top of the 7th, and Hunter Dilworth is going to do the best he can to explain how we got to this 13-12 score in which Team Black is leading right now. Dilworth, take it away.
All right, so started off in the first inning. Top of the first, 2-run home run by John Michael Fell. Got things going for the Black team early and often. Went to the bottom of the first, and we had a shutdown inning by freshman pitcher Jackson Edwards. And then Reese bounced back with his own shutdown inning, while the red team tied it up in the bottom of the second. Going to the third inning now. Black team put up 2 more runs to take a 2-run lead. Headed to the bottom of the third. That's when the bats came alive for the red team. They scored 7 runs. 7
home runs by
7.
Corey Bivens.
Corey Bivens, Jalen Vasquez, first home run of the day. Jax Cash. And they got 7 runs. and that sent us to the 4th inning with red team on top 9-4. What happens next? Black team 7 more. A lot of extra base hits. Whew.
Big home run from Pat Monteith.
Absolute missile. And then we went down to the bottom of the 4th, and 3 more runs added on by the red team to take the lead back. And then guess what? Black team, 2 more, tie run, go-ahead run, and then a shutdown inning by Evan Lozier and Chewy Tobesy brings us to the top of the 7th, where we have Caleb Freeman on the mound now. Caleb, you want to take this one?
No, go for it.
Caleb, transfer from UNC Greensboro, local kid here out of Greenville. He's just kind of coming back, had a little issue with his shoulder, but he's kind of back strong now. Got a good changeup, good slider, upper 80s, lower 90s fastball. But his former teammate at UNC Greensboro, now his current teammate again at North Greenville, Colin Fowler, with a leadoff base hit.
Thank you, Dilworth. Well done. That is Hunter Dilworth, who is joining us in the booth, and that is a leadoff base hit for Colin Fowler. Deerdorf, after his time in the booth and some timely hitting advice from his hitting coach, Coach Trey Dyson, he's 2 for his last 2 with 2 hard hits to right field. Right now, if you're Team Black, you want to try to tack on at least 1 more, and you are in a prime spot to do so. A great runner in Colin Fowler over there at first base, and a hot-hitting Carter Deerdorf at the plate, but he pops this one straight up in the air, and that one's going to get out of play. Deerdorf has just gotten on base a ton this fall. If it ends this way, I think that he will end up leading the Crusaders in overall hitting this year.
Yes, for sure. In multiple categories.
In multiple categories. That being said, Jalen Vasquez, a big day today, 2 home runs, is certainly going to help out that OPS. And Vasquez not really tearing the cover off the ball this fall World Series. He has been getting on base.
Till today, he's been tearing the cover.
Now he's tearing the cover off the ball, and he has had just a great fall. Good count to run in. Fowler, good lead over there at first. Colin Fowler has played a really good defense this fall for the Crusaders. He's had his moments at the plate as well. He's also struggled at times, but one thing that's been a constant, Dilworth, base running. He's been a really good base runner.
I imagine if this is a strike right here, we will see him go. He's got about 7 stolen bases on the fall so far. But it doesn't matter. We got John Mike coming up with runners on base.
Yeah.
Black team's looking pretty.
I mean, and this is just what you don't want to do. I mean, you've got – and Caleb Freeman is working his way back. He's still kind of ramping back up. But – and when you're out there competing, you'd rather give up two solo home runs right there than
walking that guy.
Yeah, than walking that guy. John Michael Fail hit a home run in the bottom of the 8th yesterday to basically cement the victory for Team Black. And in his first at-bat today, as Dilworth mentioned earlier, he hit a big 2-run home run to right center field. We never got that StatCast data, folks. We do apologize for that.
We also never found that ball.
What, to right center?
Yep.
What?
Yeah, it went pretty far. We had Cade Spikes on the mission, and he came back empty-headed. So I sent him back out there, and then he found it.
Okay, so we have retrieved that ball.
Yeah, retrieved that ball.
We have retrieved that ball, and Caleb Freeman might not be feeling like himself out there. You can see him kind of shaking his head. That is going to be I don't know, folks, but if he can't go here, then I think we might end up calling this Fall World Series, which would be okay. I mean, things aren't perfect, and these kids are on pitch counts. We're not going to pitch somebody extra.
Vasquez raising his hand.
We've got, Jalen Vasquez actually did do some pitching for South Carolina
last year. Looks like Brody's going to come back in, which is fine because he just now threw the last inning.
Yeah, Brody did just throw the last inning.
He's built for this. He's usually up to 4 innings each outing, so just take his time getting loose, and he should be all right. I'm curious to see who they'll put at first base, though.
And technically speaking, this is not illegal. You can go from since he was in the game, you can go out of the game and then come back.
As long as you're still in the lineup.
I know that this wasn't a strategy that Landon Powell employed when Clark Scalamaro was on the team, and Connor Grant, former great Crusaders, as Brody Fowler had an outstanding inning pitched an inning ago. He is
tough spot to come
yeah.
here, huh?
Hey, Brody, runners on first and second.
Who's up to bat?
You know, he was going to go home tonight thinking, man, I did a great job on the mound today. Now that certainly puts that in jeopardy as John Michael Fail comes to the plate with runners on first and second. But Brody Fowler, this kid he's been awesome since he has been here. This kid could have really gone anywhere, in my opinion. He's that talented. And he's got a great attitude as well. His brother Colin Fowler, who led off this inning with the single. These Fowler brothers have been nothing but just very, very good kids. They work hard. They love it here, and we are certainly happy to have them both.
We sure are. And their families always coming out to support these inter squads. And we got Chase Raines playing first base.
And welcome to the game, Chase Raines. Chase Raines now at first base. This is a kid that you hope to this kid's just a wonderful kid. I don't really know what I'm trying to say here, but he's a walk-on catcher. He is typically down in the bullpens during practice, does not get to really play in the games very much, but he is a wonderful kid, and we are certainly thankful to have him as well.
All right, 1-0. We're working on a cutter with old Brody Fowler. Let's see if he throws it right here. This is a good time for it.
Yeah.
John Mike licking his chops, see if we can miss a barrel, get a ground ball. There's a curveball.
And right in there, John Mike has been working on developing different plate approaches this fall. He knows that guys are going to kind of pitch around him a little bit this year and probably throw him a lot of junk, so he's been doing a really good job this fall working on an approach that can combat that.
Hey.
Is that the cutter?
I think that was the cutter.
That was a good-looking cutter on the outer half. John Mike now in an 0-2 hole. And if you're Brody, are you try to get greedy here to induce a ground ball, or are you going for the punch-out?
I think you should make him swing at your pitch, whether you get the strikeout or a ground ball or a pop-up. I'd watch Colin Fowler right here, though.
Yeah, and he gets a good one to hit right there.
One.
John Mike, really, folks, like I said, he's been working on all speed pitches this fall. So come springtime, he should be in a great place. He should be able to handle everything. Fastball, curveball, changeup, it should not matter. But you're right, Colin Fowler has stole third successfully quite a bit this fall. This one up and out of the zone. It will now be 2-2. Perfect time for an inside move if you are Brody Fowler. You know that's my favorite play.
I know you think it should be a balk every single time because it's unfair.
It is unfair.
If you have a good one.
It's completely unfair, and it should be outlawed. He does not inside move, but that slide step there I think might have cost him, Dilly. And that is, to me, that is one of those things that don't get put in the box score, but why would you slide step with the runner on second? The reason, I'll tell you why, is because the kid's been stealing third base.
Yes.
Okay? And so how do you combat that? You flash a couple inside moves. I know the rules changed a little bit this year, but you're facing John Michael Fail. The last thing you want to be doing is slide stepping.
You're right. I don't know if he's trying to sneak a fastball in. Maybe the slide step gets on him a little bit quicker. I'm not sure, but now he's got his work cut out for him.
But now if his answer to you is that, hey, I was trying to quick pitch him, I'm all for that.
Right.
I'm all for that. But
we will definitely ask him after the game and see what his thoughts were for it. There's a good curveball.
There's a good curveball. Pat Monteith really has done a good job over his first couple years. He's starting to recognize the curveballs and sliders better and better. He becomes more dangerous every day. Gets one over the plate right there. Brody Fowler pulls the string. He has a wonderful changeup. Pat Monteith swings right through it.
And they'll throw it in any count. He'll double up on it. I'd almost like to see him double up on it right here, I think. What say you?
Yeah, I mean, especially after you got that swing and miss.
He tried to.
Now, Pat's a savvy hitter, though, too. And honestly, Pat's not afraid to strike out looking. which I'm becoming more and more of a fan of, to take away, a pitcher's best pitch from time to time. This one, another sharp breaker out of the zone. Pat Monteith, after a big home run earlier today and a couple more hits on the board for him. He's had a really good Fall World Series, hit his 5th home run of the fall earlier today, but a big strikeout right there by Brody Feller. Love Brody Feller's body language and demeanor on the mound as well.
Yep. I like how he's ready to go before Girardi even got in the box. He's 1 pitch away now, so let's see what he can do.
Swing and a miss. Another one for Brody Fowler. And I'll tell you what, with as talented as we are, Dilworth, we tend to put too much pressure on ourselves as hitters far too often in RBI-type situations. We'll see if Girardi can come through. He gets one to hit right there and fouls it back. Girardi, 2 hits in his first 2 at-bats today. Did he go 3 for his first 3? I don't know.
We had an error on the 3rd one, an E5.
He's in an 0-2 hole. Fowler, what a changeup. And Brody Fowler has pitched a tremendous first inning of work. Last inning, Caleb Freeman comes in. His arm's not feeling good. We'll try to get you updated on that if we can. He comes out of the game. Fowler moves from first base back to the pitcher's mound, ends up hitting John Michael Fail to load the bases with nobody out, and he has come back strong, striking out the dangerous Pat Monteith and Jake Girardi. And now Bryce Roddy has another opportunity here. Last time these two squared off, you know what happened. Home run to right field in Game 3. He might have gotten out like the next at bat.
Nah, I think that was the last inning for Brody.
He did hit a home run off of a changeup. This one is out of the zone.
I think Brody knows that. He's trying to do a little too much right now, and he just needs to keep doing his thing and making his pitches. He's trying to pick a little too much now. This is where you get hurt. Fall behind 2-0.
Here comes the 2-0 to Roddy. Changeup?
Up change.
Up change.
Hardest pitch to hit.
Up change from Roddy, and Roddy was hacking at that one. Probably read it out of the hand as a fastball. Swung right through it. Here comes the 2-1.
That's a dot.
That's a dot indeed. Not getting the call there.
All right, Brody, see if he can shake it and make his pitch again.
Now, here's the thing. Are you going to a changeup again if you try to get the swing? Here comes the 3-1. This one, changeup. Or either a cutter or curveball or something. I think that was a changeup.
I think it might have been a change. It might have cut a little bit, but big pitch there, big pitch here. Payoff pitch. Can he keep his team down 1? Going to the bottom of the last inning of the whole fall.
Huge pitch right here.
And that's 1.
That is 1.
Can't do it again.
Cannot step off again as his brother Colin Fowler makes his younger brother Brody step off there. Bryce Roddy calls time. He is going to enjoy the stage. Roddy with 1 hit here today. Got a hit off the left-handed Sahil Patel earlier.
What do you got here? I think he might go fastball. Hopefully don't go fastball up.
I don't know.
That's what Bryce likes to hit.
I believe in Roddy. I think Roddy's going to do something here.
I got Brody winning this one.
Here comes the full count pitch.
Backdoor.
Backdoor curveball, and Brody Fowler gives Team Red exactly what they need after getting the first 2 runners on base. Bases loaded with nobody out. The young freshman comes back and strikes out the side. We are heading to the bottom of the last inning. Game 5, the deciding game of the Fall World Series. Everything's on the line. Come back with us, folks. And welcome back in, everybody, as we head to the bottom of the last inning here in the 2022 Fall World Series. Brody Fowler just escaped a bases-loaded jam in the top of the 7th with dangerous hitters coming up for Team Black and was able to strike out the side, a huge moment in his young career. And Team Red has one last chance here in the bottom of the 7th. They've walked it off in Game 1. Can they do it again here today in the finale? Andrew Kaminsky steps in for Team Red, gets one right there. Chewy Taubensee on for his 2nd inning of work. He pours in a strike to last year's Fall World Series MVP. This ball on the outer half. This is Trey Dice, and I am joined alongside pitching coach, infield coach, just coach extraordinaire. Hunter Dilworth is in the booth, and AK is in an 0-2 count.
I have only been pitching coach for the last 3 innings of this game.
Hunter Dilworth picking and choosing his times as the pitching coach, but last year's the pitching staff for North Greenville set multiple records and was absolutely dominant down the stretch. And what a pitch from Chewy Taubensee.
Same one that got
freezes
Bivens.
Andrew Kaminsky with that glove side fastball. Chewy Taubensee has turned into a power pitcher right before our very eyes here in Tigerville. He joined us in the booth earlier today, told us about his transformation into the pitcher that he is today. And he has his work cut out for him, already getting one good hitter in Andrew Kaminsky. Jax Cash with a homer and a double already here today. And this one nails him. And Jax Cash, none too pleased. Obviously, folks, just in case you're watching at home, these are teammates. We do actually care for everyone here, whether they are black or red, but in the heat of the battle sometimes, especially when you get hit with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball like that, it can bring out some emotion.
He was wanting to hit, too. He's been seeing it well. He was wanting to do it himself. But got on base, help his team. Let's see what Caleb Freeman, after coming out of the game pitching, has been swinging it well, though.
Good opportunity.
Oh,
and
he hit him, too.
Yeah, Chewy just
double down on it.
Not sure what's going on there with Chewy. After just pinpoint command, he has let the last 2 get away from him. You think that's adrenaline?
I think it's adrenaline, trying to do a little too much. Not making his pitches. It's just trying to be a little too perfect and letting it run in on him.
Yeah, well, it was just kind of weird to see, considering how great his command was in the first inning, as well as to Andrew Kaminsky. But the last 2 have got away from him, and that brings up the young freshman, Jake Sears. Jake Sears homered 2 games ago, and he homered yesterday. He's been seeing the ball well. He has made a big impact for Team Red. This one peppered in there from Chewy Taubensee. I love the fact that he
looked hard.
Yeah, that looked really hard. And was I just like how committed he was to that pitch after hitting those 2 guys on back-to-back pitches. Mound visit here with John Michael Fail, team captain John Michael Fail, looking to win his 5th consecutive Fall World Series.
Kid's a winner. Pat Monty looking to win his first Fall World Series, and this is 3rd try. He's a winner too, but just a little bit of bad luck running into some hot guys on the fall. See what happens here. We got a double play candidate here. I'd like to see Jax. See if they hold him at all too much.
Yeah, Jax is not afraid to steal a base. Jax Cash just it's kind of weird to say, but he does get slept on as a player. Super talented player.
See if he gets aggressive. Not a good lead.
I don't know if he's really thinking about it, Dilly.
Nobody's even close.
Yeah, Chewy's not thinking about the runners. So, I mean, bam, you get a stolen base here, 1 base hit. You're walking off, and You know what I just thought about? We got nobody on the field taking video. This would be great content for the old Twitter. That being said, we're going to have to rely on the footage up here in the booth. Jake Sears in a 1-1 count. This ball is swung through and missed. Chewy Taubensee with that great fastball. And when you can get in on those right-handed batters, it makes that pitch right there, the changeup, even that much more effective. As a batter, you've got to respect that inside fastball. You end up swinging out of the hand, and before you know it, that string is being pulled, and you have swung right through that changeup. Comes the 1-2 to Sears. Another swing and miss, and Chewy Taubensee gets his second strikeout of the inning. And it is all come down to this. Another young freshman, Brody Fowler, who was outstanding here today. On the mound for Team Red, throwing up 2 big zeros for Team Red as they were down 1 run, has an opportunity here to tie it up, possibly even win the Fall World Series for Team Red.
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine this ball right there to hit? I don't know what Brody's looking for.
Yeah, you hit 2 guys, one in the ribs, one in the kneecap. It gets you a little, gets in the back of your head a little bit, I think.
I guess so, but
effectively wild, Trey.
Brody Fowler is a gamer, though, and I would not be surprised if he does not get a good swing off here. Good pitch, just missed outside. That is 3-time All-American John Michael Fail behind the plate. Chewy has been going to the changeup in this 1-1 count, and it's been very effective. Here comes the 1-1 pitch.
There it is.
Chewy, another changeup right there, and another swing and miss. Now, folks, a lot of options available to Chewy right here. He's got the glove side fastball. He's got that changeup. He also has a power slider curveball that has been generating a lot of swings and misses this fall.
I would love to see the fastball in again. I wonder if he's a little hesitant to try to throw it again. Oh, John Mike
is going in there. And he does get in there just a bit inside.
Black team is ready to celebrate right there.
Great idea. You are right, Dilworth. I like that, too. You know what? You can't be afraid of hitting guys out there.
Nope. And that sets up back foot slider. Sets up the changeup again.
Yeah.
Sets up a lot of stuff, too. So.
Yeah, I like that. I like really that slider or changeup again. I mean, especially after coming hard in like that. But, folks, the Fall World Series is on the line. And swung through and missed, and Team Black is your winner of the 2022 Fall World Series, and they are going crazy out there. A hard-fought World Series here in Tigerville. 5 excellent games. Team Red winning the first 2. Team Black comes storming back, and they win the final 3 games of this series. Dilworth, what are your final thoughts on the game here today?
I mean, did we expect anything less of it coming down to the last pitch here? Even when it was 2-0 Red team, we knew it was going to come down to this last pitch of the Game 5.
Just an outstanding series all around. I mean, Team Red, you cannot hang your head. You played a great game. Jalen Vasquez, 2 home runs today. Corey Bivens doing big things throughout this World Series. Lots of players on Team Red. Brody Fowler, you should not hang your head as well. You had a great game here today. But at the end of the day, John Michael Fail, Pat Monteith, and crew were a bit too much. Outstanding job by Chewy Taubensee to close this thing out. Thank you so much for joining us here as you see the final pitch one more time. He gave him the hee-haw 3 times that inning. Chewy Taubensee closes it out for Team Black. Congratulations to them, folks. We will look forward to seeing you come springtime. So thanks for joining the broadcast. For Hunter Dilworth, everyone here at North Greenville, Alan Cahaley, Will Cahaley, we thank you so much for joining. This was Trey Dyson, and we will see you at the ballpark.